Fire it up, footballers. USA, USA, USA. Let's go. What's up, hey guys? Are you guys ready? Hey, hey, pass the Dutchie to your right. Hey, hey, or pass the Dutchie to your left. Pass the Dutchie to your left. Okay, right? What is going on, everybody? Yeah, what is that old tune?
Pass the Dutchie on the left hand side.
Oh, there it is. You guys ready? Wow. Can USA beat Netherlands? Can USA beat the Dutch? We don't know, but we're going to sure as heck find out. And they are capable. And should they beat the Dutch, what would be in store next? Would it be Argentina? Or something else? We'll get into that here in Spin Fire, everybody. Cheers. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday evening, as usual. For our Wednesday evening streams, greatly appreciate it. Let's freaking go. Angus dropping the SpongeBob and the USA crest. Probably the best emoji on YouTube right now. And that World Cup. Oh, ooh, World Cup. Who's your favorites for World Cup right now? Now that we've had a lot more development, now that the top 16 is starting to take shape. We already got 4 teams through. We'll get into the who, the what, the when, and the where. World Cup group. Let's take a look. Go to the bracket, please. Yes, we got Netherlands and USA. That'll be Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Argentina versus Australia, December 3rd, Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. France versus Poland, December 4th, Sunday, 9 a.m. That'll lead into the NFL schedule. And then, of course, Sunday, December 4th, 1 o'clock, clashing against the NFL schedule, 1 p.m. Central. England versus Senegal. Those are at least the 4 games handed out. 4 more have yet to be determined as the rest of the group matches play out. But some exciting developments of these favorites. I mean, you see Argentina, you see Netherlands. You got to think that they have a shot. And they're playing the USA, right? You got to think they're the favorites. Argentina, France versus Poland. Obviously, it's got to be France. France lost a weird one, though. England and Senegal. You got to think that England's got a good chance to go through there. But Senegal is absolutely not to be slept on. Angus saying that Brazil looks like the best of the bunch to him. I like that shout. Brazil just still looks like they're cooking on gas, and Venezuela's. Angus saying that ironically, the USA and the Dutch, my two favorite teams. Pass the Dutch to your right hand side. Oh, that's great. One of my best friends on the planet absolutely has that Netherlands passport and absolutely just is stoked. He says that soccer over there just stops. Unlike over here, I was listening to USA win that game, and I'm taking care of business, and I was watching the first part, but I wasn't able to watch the second part. I had to do some things, but I felt like I was the only one paying attention to the game, and definitely a different culture here based around soccer, but still, I mean, if you went to the bars and you went out and about, I'm sure into social places, there were places that were watching the games, but I mean, you see those videos of what happened in Iran when they lost to America. Iran started yelling America, like, and it was really interesting. Twitter was showing all these responses to teams when their teams are playing, like how like Argentina, what happens in Argentina when Messi scores a goal? What if America had Leo Messi? Would America even care? Would America care as much as Argentina would care, as much as Britain would care having a Leo Messi type player? That's an interesting question. Do you guys think? Connor saying, "What's up, James?" I got chat going. What's up? Accent vamos la roja, roja, oh, ah, oh. What did I have for you? So, yeah.
Pass the dutchie on the left hand side.
Yeah. Let's go, guys. Working on something here. Okay, that's not what I'm working on. Boop, 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 bop. There it is. Yes. All right, chat. Are you guys ready for the USA to possibly beat the Dutch at their own game out in Qatar? You think it can happen? What are the odds? What are the percentages that you would give it? If there were percentages, say that Dutch have X percentage to win, say 75%, USA have a 25% chance to win. 1 in 4 matches, USA wins. 3 out of 4 matches, the Dutch win. Well, what match do we see come Saturday morning? I'm excited to see. I think that we could be in for a big surprise. I hope that Christian Pulisic can come back bigger and better than ever after that delirious nut shot he took. They called it an abdomen injury. Maybe it is, and maybe that's what it's classified, but it looked like looked like they ran his nuts into I think that's what happened, and I hope that's what happened, because that'd be a lot easier to recover than getting your innards moved about and jostled. That's asking, what do you think about the U.S. women's national team receiving a $6.5 million payday? Good for them. I don't have much to think about it. You're what I'm here. You telling me is what I'm hearing about. I have not looked into it, but $6.5 million seems good. I mean, like a payday. $6.5 million for some work. That sounds good. If that's the context of the situation. Let's take a look. U.S. women's national team, $6.5 million. Here we go. Essentially Sports recording. U.S. women's soccer set to receive a minimum of $6.5 million after U.S. men's national team FIFA World Cup win over Iran. So some people would ask, why is the women's national team getting money from the men winning? Well, it's because the men's World Cup, I think, just makes gadzooks more And USA believes in investing in both academies. I mean, it comes down to simple as that, right? And there's other academies, there's other nations out there that they don't levy the same amount investment as they do from one academy, say the men's academy, and then into the women's national academy. So, and they don't put that money there. It's pretty awesome though that America does. They're like, you know, we got to take care of our own here. Let's USA. Let's up the program with some of our bonus money. Yeah, we can help raise. What is it? The high tide sings. A high tide raises all ships. So too would be in America. But now here's the rub, right? All that, yes, but what about the smaller clubs? What about the US Open Cup clubs? What about those clubs? Don't they deserve a parachute? Don't they deserve some sort of money or handout to help raise them and ensure their fungibility, right? Their tangibility, their survivability in the American sports landscape. It'd be nice if that money was trickled down into the NWSL, for that matter. We've heard about some of the conditions. We hear about some of the things that the Chicago Red Stars had to go through beyond the Rory Dames coaching fiasco, but just like talking about with some of the services that were available and some of the various facilities that were available. Well, maybe some of that money could trickle down to the NWSL and increase these the conditions and improve the conditions for the soccer players in the women's soccer league. I think that hopefully they could spread this money around. If it's a lot of money and they got a lot of money to spread it, we'll spread it to the right places. You know, it's like seed money, right? And so to help the program grow, it can't just be about paying for past performance, which is what a lot of teams get trapped into, right? Paying for past performance. But if they could get into paying for not just past performance, but continued and future performance, right? Therein lies, I think, the GUI center that's probably really good for everybody. Where the women's national team, they all get a nice little bonus. I don't know where this money is going to go to. I don't think it's going to go to like players. Like, it'd be weird. It'd be weird if it's like, oh, you're the starting 18 on the women's national team, so you guys happen to get this bonus allocation money just because you happen to be the 18 that we picked recently, and nobody else in the women's. That'd be weird, right? So who's getting this money? That would be one of my questions, and it doesn't really answer that. Is what I'm seeing here.
After years of unprecedented success on the global
I'm not sure I can play it, but I do have some interesting things to play here, boys and girls. Get this, Tony Meola follows me on Twitter. It's awesome. I follow him on Twitter. Fantastic. He was one of the best play-by-play guys for the Chicago Fire. It will color commentary, really. He was, because Tyler Terrence did the play-by-play, and the color commentary that Tony Meola provided was second to none. It was world class, and we got that all the time. We also had Arlo White. You know, we all know the stuff that happened with him there, but there we go. Just had to switch it up. So, but long story short, Tony Meola goes on Pat McAfee show, and we're gonna get into that here on Spit and Fire. Thought it was a great little segment. Axe saying it's interesting because I'm not sure if the money is going to the program or the players. Like, I'm reading this article here, Axe, and it's not clear where the money's going to. This win, however, wasn't just a decision. It was a statement of equality that will now get U.S. women's national team a minimum of 6.5 USD. As per the agreement, the prize money U.S. men's national team will get in the FIFA World Cup, the federation will pay the same to the U.S. women's national team. So wait a second. Are they getting paid for the men's work? Like, are the women, like the 25 starters and the coaches, all getting paid for the men's work? For the men's teams? See, that doesn't make sense. It would make more sense for that money to be going to some sort of budget for academies, for facilities, for improvements. travel funds, right? Stipends for these players so that they can definitely not only take care of themselves, but maybe to make sure they are properly taken care of and secure. Times are changing, and USA's got to get with the times with that, right? Hank is saying that is fair that we help the women's team. I think it's fair. So I agree. I think it's fair that they help out the women's team, throw them some money, but I don't think it's fair if it's just like the 18, 20 players that are just going to be there getting that money. It doesn't make sense. Like, oh, you just happen to be the best 18 women. Oh, so here's an extra bonus for you because the men did well at the World Cup. That doesn't make sense, right? It kind of doesn't make sense. Maybe they get a tiny bonus, and maybe that's what that is. But you gotta imagine you could be spreading that funds a little bit more. Connor saying the way that he's reading it was that they share the money between the teams. They split that money between the men's and women's team for the men, and when the women advance the World Cup, they split that with the men. So if it just all goes into a prize, to a pool at the end of the year, and it's by a lot of minutes and all that stuff, I have no idea how they figure that out, or how that's awarded, because that is not clear in this article. Nor does it sound like they want it clear. Interesting. Making some adjustments. Boom. Chat. Are you guys ready for this Pat McAfee? Talking with Tony Meola. Because this women's thing, we don't know the whole story, but I think we've said, I think we're right on the money, right? They're getting it. If it's spread out, they spread that jam throughout that bread, make a good peanut butter and jelly for the U.S. women's soccer team, and for the academies, and for their clubs, and for those people, improve their playing ability, improve their stipends, all that kind of back end stuff. Yeah, all for it. Go for it. Hank is saying if this is a brand new development, maybe they actually haven't figured out the details. I think that's an interesting point there, Angus. Maybe they have not yet figured out the details, but it's got to be written into some sort of contract already that it happened, right? So they probably do have the feed details, but they're muddying the water. Oh, we're definitely getting to predictions for tomorrow's games. Let's take a look. The World Cup. And before we get into the Pat McAfee, Tony Meola stuff. Croatia versus Belgium, 9 a.m. I want to see how Croatia's been faring in the tournament, and I want to see how Belgium's been faring in the tournament. Why is my internet failing? World Cup. Take me to the matches. Croatia. There we go. Croatia beat Canada 4-1. I saw that. It was a drubbing. They tied Morocco 0-0. Croatia starting to cook. They look like they have a really good team. Like they have a lot of let's go through this lineup real quick against Canada. Livaja scored a goal. You might not have heard of him, but he's pretty good. Ivan Perisic, you've heard plays over in Serie A a lot. Always good. Kramaric was stellar for Croatia. Luka Modric was also stellar, despite being like 50 million years old, the age of a brontosaurus, and about as fast as a brontosaurus as well. Speaking of brontosauruses, right next to him was Brozovic. Not necessarily a brontosaurus. I think he was a little bit quicker. Kovacic, though, Mateo Kovacic did decent. Sosa, Gvardiol, sounds like a Pokemon. Lovren, Dejan Lovren, you guys remember him from Liverpool days, right? And Juranovic over at that left back position, or right back position. In goal, they had Livakovic. For subs, I'm seeing Majer. Oh, Majer went in and played pretty good. Vlasic, Palisic, Petkovic, and Mislav Orsic. Bruno Petkovic, Mario Pasalic. But I gotta say, when I was watching them, they looked very dangerous. Now, Belgium. I was waiting for Belgium to turn it on. I was waiting for Belgium to say, you know, yeah. Because, like, listen to this lineup here. I mean, like, first, and you do still have Lukaku still, like, on the bench or not playing yet or working his way back in. But Michy Batshuayi leading the line. Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, Stagnier, Yuri Tielemans, Alex Witsel, Yannick Carrasco. That's your front nine. That's your front eight or front seven, right? Your back three, Jan Vertonghen, Toby Alderweireld, and Leon Dendoncker. And in goal, perhaps the best goalkeeper in the world, Thibaut Courtois. What is going on? This team beats Canada 1-0. Barely gets by. They go on to lose to Morocco. I mean, it was just absolutely abysmal. Possession, a few shots, but they were not clicking. There was so much confusion. They just did not have it together. There was no link up. Angus saying, you saying that I'm a brontosaurus? You saying I'm a brontosaurus? As a old age gets us all. Croatia 2-1 says Angus. I'm gonna say, still doing my mental math here because Belgium is sucking dick, guys. I mean, 2-0 loss to Belgium. Sorry, 2-0 loss to Morocco. It's unacceptable. I think Croatia wins this. Belgium's gonna perform admirably, but it just won't be good enough. It's gonna be more of the same of what we've seen. And Croatia played good soccer. We've seen Croatia play good soccer. We have not seen Belgium play good soccer. What seems more likely? That tomorrow we'll see Croatia play good soccer again, or that we'll see Belgium play good soccer suddenly out of nowhere? I'll follow the momentum, and that's going to be with Croatia for me. I'll go 3-1. 3-1 score line. Croatia handily beats Belgium and then starts looking like a contender. I mean, they got Luka Modric. How could they not be, right? All right, so that's that game predicted. We're going Croatia 3-1 over Belgium. Next game, Canada versus Morocco. Guys, is this the one? Is this the one where Canada finally gets its very first World Cup win? Actually, a 2-2 draw, though, by the way, on that previous match for the Croatia game. Croatia could tie it, right? And just be fine. Croatia to Belgium. They already got a win. I don't know how it's going to end up for the group with because that also depends on the other teams. But I just think Croatia takes it. But 2-2 draw says Axe. We're going to move on to the Canada-Morocco game. So this Canada-Morocco game, do you guys really think Canada is going to get its first win out of the blue? After a Morocco team that beat Belgium? Now, if this was the USA going against... Is this the USA going against Iran? I think it's the same story, guys. It's USA versus Iran. Canada versus Morocco, right? The team that you think is going to be really good is actually Morocco. They got some good, decent soccer players there, right? Let's take a look at what Morocco's been up to. I mean, they only did beat Belgium 2-0. Their lineup, En-Nesyri, Sofiane Boufal on that left wing. Sofiane Boufal, pretty darn decent player. Hakim Ziyech, I think you heard of him. Over on the right wing. In the midfield, they have Amala. They got Amrabat and Unahi. In defense, they have Mazraoui. Sorry if I brutalized that. Sorry if I did not get that right. Saiss, Aguerd, and Hakimi at right back. And then in goal, they have Munir. This is a sneaky good team, guys. Like, if you were in FIFA a couple years ago, there'd be names in there that you would have loved to get back in like FIFA 18, FIFA 17, because they were some of the up-and-comers, like Sofiane Boufal, Hakim Ziyech, Munir. And all of a sudden, here they are, producing and beating Belgium with the best player in the world, arguably, in Kevin De Bruyne. One of them, right? You got to imagine that's one of the best midfielders in the world. Morocco beat them. But Morocco beat this midfield, guys. De Bruyne, Hazard, and Hazard. Eden and Thorgan played, and Michy Batshuayi, Onana, and Witsel. Could not beat Boufal and Nesri, Ziyech, Unahi, Amrabat, and Amala. In fact, they beat them 2-0. That is interesting. Chat, I mean, you got to watch out for Morocco. They're sneaky good. So I'm going to go Morocco for the win here. Oh, wait, let's go back. So I think Morocco takes Canada and beats them again. Canada's going to put on a valiant effort. They're going to leave it all on the field because guess what? They got Alphonso Davies, guys. They got Jonathan David. They got people that if they played well, they could have been through, but they are mathematically eliminated. They are not able to go through. All they can do now is play the spoiler. Morocco has a chance to make a big statement by going through here, and Canada has a chance to deny that. I don't see it as likely. I see it 1 out of 4 matches. Canada wins 3 out of 4 matches. Morocco wins. That's what I'll grade that at. But there is that 1 out of 4 that Canada wins, and Davies and Jonathan David has like an incredible game. I think is absolutely in the realm of possibilities. What do you guys think in chat about Morocco, Canada? Max saying, I'd like to see Canada get the win. How much? What are you predicting the scoreline there? Cheers, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday night. Greatly appreciate it. Should be, let's get get this going. Croatia is in first. Morocco is in second. Both have 4 points with Croatia ahead on goal differential. Like, Belgium needs a win. Belgium needs to win. They absolutely do, and their lifeline, their lives are in their hands. But in Croatia, I think they're through. Let's go to that standings real quick. Croatia with 4 points, Morocco with 4 points, Belgium with 3 points. Canada's out with 0. Belgium, of course, playing Croatia. Belgium wins, they're through. And then Croatia has to hope that Morocco doesn't win or just get scored on by Canada, and Canada pulls off a miracle, which is in the realm of possibilities, but I'm saying Morocco's more likely. What the fuck is this, chat? Boom. Let's switch that up. Thought that was funny. Play a little reggae for past the Dutchie. But let's just pour one on. Pour some sugar on me. Come on, fire me up. Pour some sugar on me. Up. Right. Crank that down. Drop you down. Hide you. Back to the World Cup talk now. Canada, Morocco, guys. What are you guys' predictions? Let me know. Eng is saying 2-1 to Morocco. I'm liking that call. 2-1. I'm feeling it. I don't know if I called out a score yet. I will have to call it a score. 2-1 I like. Does Canada gets another goal for sure. They can fight for it. Morocco's been playing really well. I don't think they've been scored on, have they? Right? I'm having some trouble here, chat. I turned the wrong shit on. No, I need woo. Where is boom? Now we got it. Okay, now I can move. 2-1 to Morocco. I'm liking that call. I'm thinking about it myself right now. Just it. Crosshair. Oh, what that was. Huh. Cool. There we go. Oh shit. What's going on? Can I pick up a weapon? There we go. Phasing through. Alright. I need a weapon. Come on, there we go. Something. Jesus. Jiminy. Christmas. Let's oh, yeah, here's something else. Then we can take a little shield for criminating. That's good, I'll take that. Okay, yes, upgrade. Upgrade. Oh, that's the same gun. I can hopefully drink you in a second, but let's see if there's anything in here. Morocco has had 2 clean sheets. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't sleep on Morocco continuing that run of form. It absolutely seems in the realm of possibilities. I mean, Canada has absolutely struggled for goals. They've played hard. They've played with heart. They've represented Canada with tremendous amount of pride and played fantastically, but they just tactically and in a few places, talent-wise, they're just a little short. It seems, right? What is this? Is it the same gun? All right. It is. All right. We can pick you up. Good. I still no. Still haven't picked up any other shields. There we go. Space through here. Come on, give me some shields. Still none. Well, we can pick up that shoddy. Take that. Morocco. So the clean sheets, I think, factor in, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe a 1-0 score, hard fought battle. Morocco wins, but Morocco's really good. I don't know if the score. I don't know if the scorelessness continues. I don't know. I kind of think that Canada gets one, so I'm thinking that I'm liking the 2-1 scoreline. I'll go with that. That's going to be my shout. I'll take a look what's going on over there. Come on, crack. There we go. Okay. Anybody over here? Hello. Oh, that's good. Well, let's pop this. Pick you up for now. Ooh, yeah, I don't need that porta bunker. Interesting concept. But next game, guys, we got Japan, Spain. Trying to let you guys all weigh in, and I'm not seeing anybody else saying anything else about Angus or about Morocco, except Angus right now. So Japan versus Spain. Japan versus Spain. What are you guys thinking? Japan's been playing okay. Spain's been playing incredible. I mean, Japan beat Germany. But then again, I guess Spain did not. They tied them 1-1. Japan beat them. And that way you say, oh, Japan's like win. Nah, I think it's going to be Spain. It's going to be a 3-1, 4-1 type score. Spain beats Japan. And then you have Costa Rica, Germany to close out the group, Group E. And Germany obviously is going to take that, you think. But let's take a look at the group. Germany with 1 point. Costa Rica's got 3. Costa Rica more likely to go through at this point than Germany. If Costa Rica beats Germany, they're through. Spain can tie Japan and get through with 5 points. Germany needs to win. And not only do they need to win, they gotta hope. I think they gotta hope that for goal differential at that point. Hear a car passing nearby. Angus saying Spain 3-1. Japan has been good, but Spain can just get it going when they want to. Doesn't it seem that way? Like to Spain, when they want to get their when they take their blue chew, when they want to get going, they can just take their blue chew, and they're ready to go. They played well against Germany. Solid. Not great, but well enough. Germany's the team that's in trouble. I mean, am I right? They're in last in the group. I mean, even Costa Rica has more points. But Spain seems likely to be the winner there, and then Germany does seem to be the likely winner, unless they've just absolutely given up. And if they've given up, oh boy, that coach is canned. And he probably is canned regardless. I mean, just this type of result, what they produced so far, put so far on video. Not good enough. Where is this motherfucker? Flying around. Up there. He was. He was flying around up there. Right, yep, there's shots fired. Oh, look at that. Let's drop this. Pick up that. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Chat, I'm gonna play Pat McAfee talking with Tony Meola here, and we're gonna comment on it. Just a second. Spain also has a history of choking, says Angus. Really? At saying that he loves Spain, but they play down to their competition. Germany, though, is just not a good team. Oh shit, oh shit. I revealed my spot. I blew up my spot. Oh, we're good. All right. Totally good. By the way, if you play Fortnite, code Spitting Fire. But beyond the history, that's what it seems like. Spain, what Axe is talking about is almost the same thing what Angus is talking about, like the choking, playing down to your opponent. Either way, though, La Roja over Japan, though, 2-0, easy. But Spain has a penchant to let that happen sometimes. Does it happen tomorrow? I don't think so. And after that, we have a couple other games left. We got South Korea, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon, Brazil. And that rounds out the last of the group games. Those are all going to be done on Friday. You know what? It's been such a treat having these games all these weeks, and we're going to miss it when it's gone. How have you guys been liking having the tournament during kind of like this time of year? I've been loving it. I've been absolutely loving having the tournament at this time rather than summer. I'm inside more right now. When it's summer, I'm outside. I'm out and about. I'm going to the beach. I'm going all around. You know, you're just going around, and you're doing so much more during the summer. Going to the pool, what have you, right? But right now, right around the turkey time, right around the holidays, right around the holiday times here that are coming up too, and New Year's, that's when you are home, and and I think that it's really been nice having these games. I mean, even on Thanksgiving Thursday, we had World Cup games. What a gift! I thought. Chat, do you agree? I mean, I thought it was just non-stop football all day long of some sort. I had football, and then I had football, and I loved it. Okay, I gotta be careful here. I got people sneaking up. I got cars going around. Got to be careful. And I got a freaking monstrosity leviathan of a thundercloud whopping tornado right on my doorstep. So gotta watch out for that. Yes, I got mats though. Got mats. I can say it's kind of weird to me though. I do associate the World Cup with summer. I mean, every World Cup of my life, right? Every World Cup of our lives in the summer, is it not? It's definitely unusual the first time, but I'm saying, despite that being the first time, I really like it. Suits me. Oh, we gotta get out of here, chat. Whoa! Woo! Ah! Oh, he snuck up on me. Healing. I haven't played Fortnite a whole bunch. We shall spectate. Continue commenting. I think it's saying that if Saudi or Africa hosts in 2030, my guess is that it's gonna be fall or winter again. Well, they did South Africa, right? 2010 South Africa. And that was an amazing World Cup. And they did that during summer, no problems. I mean, they pulled it off. At least during our summer. Act saying that UEFA schedule is all screwed up because of this World Cup. So that's the other thing, though. It has screwed up everybody's club schedules, has it not? MLS compressed their season, ended earlier. Meanwhile, all sorts of leagues around the world, English Premiership right now on hold with Arsenal in the lead. Now, what happens when they come back from this World Cup? All this time has passed, and Arsenal fade from the beginning. Fade. They just start fading. Won't Arsenal fans point to this World Cup as the reason that their boys and their team started falling apart? And they would say that if we kept playing, we would have been the best team in England. Ban them. Get them out. See ya. I think it's saying South Africa is just it was just much cooler in the summer than North Africa, though. So maybe that played into it, right? Imagine that had to play into it. South Africa being, certainly on the different, not as close to the equator. Probably had a little something to do with that. Ooh, you gotta watch out. Oh, that's a fake. Watch out, it's a fake. Someone's lurking here. Where are they? By the way, kick that like button. Greatly appreciate all you guys swinging by, stopping, talking little soccer here on Spitfire. Getting that live chat on fire, tossing a few logs on the proverbial fire here on YouTube. Greatly appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's freaking go, guys. I mean, how did that game make you feel? How at the end of it? Or you at the edge of your seat like, was that one Zimmerman save where the ball just gets behind Turner and it's just like trickling ever so slowly towards the American goal, and all of a sudden Zimmerman comes in and clears it? I think it was Zimmerman. It might have been Ream. I think it was Zimmerman. And then boom. What did you feel after that? Steely iron, like it was there. That was their one chance. That's it. The door slammed shut by Marty Brodeur. That'd be Canadian goalkeeper, but by Jimmy Quick. Right. was the LA goalkeeper for the United States. Oh, get him by what's another American goalkeeper? Oh, the Blackhawks had some good ones. Stop by Balfour, Eddie the Eagle. Saying that all I remember from that World Cup, the South Africa, is the Vuvuzelas. Can we get a little can we hear that? I just gotta remember Vuvuzelas, and I want World Cup 2010. I want one from that. Yeah, we gotta remember. Let's do it. Let's do it. Pause this music for just a second. This epic music. No, that's what I wanted. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Of humankind.
The singing, the great voices of the country, the spirit.
No, that's not it. They imagine all fucking game long. These fucking horn things just blasting. These horn trumpets. Absolutely incredible. There was never another World Cup like it, and they probably didn't want it. The other players hated it. Like, imagine this. Game through that, and then fans are sitting the whole game through that. It's just too much fun for these guys to not blow that. Qatar banned those horns, obviously, and Angus is confirming that. That is the horns. Saying that when that game started to open at the end, I was sweating. I was sweating bullets, brother. Oh my goodness, man. I'm listening. I wasn't able to watch. I'm listening to it happen, and I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm like, you hear? Are you listening to this shit? No one else was listening to it. And like, oh. There's the fraught moments, and then the moments of and then there was like that silence. We did it, and they still didn't believe it, but they did it. America went through, even though Christian Pulisic took one in the pills. They got through. Props to Iran too for a hell of a game. Hey boys and girls, props to Iran. One hell of a game. I gotta say, I expected that game to be a lot dirtier than it was. I expected there to be a little bit more disrespect amongst the players, but there wasn't. There was a healthy gamesmanship, and Iran brought it. They very nearly ruined America's chances to get through to the round of 16, and very nearly improved theirs, right? I think that they might have gone through with a tie. So incredible World Cup for them. For Iran to go out and beat Wales. Wales? What about Wales? Poor, would you guys say a poor World Cup from Wales? Bottom of the group. Meanwhile, USA in the group. England! USA! Top of the group. We finished top of the second of the group, but still, we're through. It's fucking incredible, chat. It didn't sink in. It didn't sink in right away. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're through. And it was such a happy feeling too once it did. And then I got onto Twitter and I saw the rightful criticism. I saw Clint Dempsey with some good criticism of the substitutions by Greg Berhalter. I'm hoping that DPG and that Toke will join us here later. I don't know if Connor wants to hop on, talk a little with us as well, but talk about some of those mistakes. But despite those mistakes, I mean, hey, win's a win. But it came with questions. I mean, and you saw, I don't know if some of you saw that Gio Reyna after that World Cup, like, whoo boy. He did not look happy. I mean, he's happy, but he was not happy. You know what I mean? Tokyo's in chat, but he's not in Discord. Tokyo saying, I missed the Venezuela. Actually, I expected what from Wales. Bale's done. Wales is trash. Axe is saying, definitively, that's over. Angus confirming, by the way, that Spain, hey, did win that 2010 World Cup, by the way. Don't forget. Don't forget. All right, let's listen to this. Tony Romo, while not Tony Romo, while I'm sure Toke gets ready to come on. But former Team USA goalie Tony Meola talks Pat McAfee with USMNT needs to do in the World Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Meola.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Paisan.
How you doing, fellas?
Paisan, thank you.
Are you guys as tired as I am, man? I've been up at 5 o'clock every goddamn morning, and now the games aren't at 5. I'm still getting up.
Well, I want to let you know, Tony,
he's in a
that's why
rhythm.
we had you come on, because we have not been waking up that early. We've only been watching the highlights. We have not dove in completely. Let's go into this whole thing. Obviously, games at like 5 and 9 and 11 and 1
And it's been
or
awesome
2 o'clock
for
all
some
morning
people.
from Qatar. And we want to ask you about, Qatar being the host country and everything that's happened there. And then obviously the Sepp Blatter documentary that's on Netflix that all of us who grew up, dedicating our entire lives to soccer and everything like that, kind of tough to watch that take place, but you assume that type of shit's going to happen when you have that type of power. Let's just talk about the soccer.
Yeah, the corruption he's
specifically.
talking about,
The
of
United
course.
States get a massive win over Iran yesterday. Christian Pulisic scores a goal. Shout out to him. Goal plus U.S. money line was like plus 338 yesterday. Big money, no whammy. Cemented his legacy as a United States guy. What are their chances now against?
Guys, do you agree with Pat McAfee that Christian Pulisic with that goal cements himself as a United States guy? As like a hero from this World Cup? I think so. That was his hero moment. Absolutely. Doesn't it seem like it? You coming to me? I wouldn't mind if you came to me. I think that Christian Pulisic's moment, we saw it real time. Oh, I'm trying to make some adjustments. Probably not the best place to do it, but and shit. What can I do? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh. Nope. Fuck. Fuck. Whew. Fuck with my crosshair, boys and girls. I think that goal, the nut shot heard around the world, absolutely cemented Christian Pulisic's status as an American soccer hero. I think that, he's locked in after that. Like, we start there. We already knew that. A lot of us already knew that. But some people didn't know that. I mean, Chelsea fans are going, what? Especially after that USA game where the USA midfield bossed the England midfield. Very much is his hero's moment. That's the beginning of his last legacy. Angus is saying, he's confirming, agreeing. I agree, chat. Oh fuck, I'm making so much noise. I do not have a good weapon to do this. Trouble? Sure, there's trouble at the mill. There's music everywhere. Okay, pistol. I'll take that. It's an upgrade. That looked fun. Hello. Let's go. Whoa. Gotcha, motherfucker! Have a seat. How about that move? Adjustment. Fresh. That's fired. Effect. See any motion? I'm so excited when Christian Pulisic scored that goal. I mean, yeah, I put a couple bucks in my pocket, but it made me proud to be an American. And hey, that was the goal they needed. I saw him chat. Ooh, rapid fire? No, I hate that. Inspecting. Oh, there is. There he is, I think, right? I thought that just started building. Gots to be careful. Maybe gotta run. Great moment for Christian Pulisic. Incredible what it means to him. And GERARDO, of course, still looking for that moment. Just trying to even get a minute on the pitch, isn't he? How disappointed is his dad got to be? I mean, we've been hearing from the rumblings, too, from Ronaldo. Eric Ronaldo saying that, you know, his dad's, he's not happy. I mean, why would he? It seems like America's best player after Pulisic is truly being left on the bench. It just doesn't make sense. See ya! Let's grab that. Oh. Dipping through hoods. We're gonna run around, gonna take it to the hole. Have a good night, man. Axe says, let's go Spain. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you stopping by and the great conversation, Axe. Oh, we gotta watch over the White Wolf in Narnia. All the way over here, all right. Relax, Wolfie. But go Spain! Good luck on the rest of the tournament. All right, let's get back into this.
Netherlands. I don't think I know enough about Netherlands or the rest of the tournament as a whole. Do we have a team that could go, Tony? And why aren't we scoring? Do we need more of that?
Yeah, I think a couple things there. First, Christian Pulisic, right? He needed his World Cup moment. He needed that. Every athlete, right, needs that. Christian Pulisic got it yesterday against Iran. And I know when they showed the replay, I don't know how many men are in the world, but everyone's watching that replay going, oh, boy. We know what that feels like.
Yes.
Right? I texted with his dad today. It seems like he's doing okay. He's day-to-day right now, but I would expect that he plays against the Netherlands. With regards to the Netherlands, this is a team with massive names. This is a team with massive personalities. But truth be told, they've underwhelmed so far. Even though they did win the group, Group A, they have not been impressive. With that said, if there's a team in the World Cup right now, based on how they're playing, I would put Argentina. We're going to find out this afternoon about Argentina if they end up going through. The Netherlands is a team that you shouldn't be surprised that if they have 2 or 3 more levels, where I think most of the teams we've seen who they are right now. So
I agree with that.
To your question, are they beatable? There's no doubt about it. This is a very young U.S. team. They're doing things that maybe some people didn't expect to do. Keep in mind, they haven't lost yet. There haven't been many teams that haven't lost in this competition. They haven't given up a goal and run and play. The only one was a penalty kick goal that they gave up, right? So they've got Matt Turner's pitched 2 shutouts. By the way, another New Jersey goalkeeper. I'd just throw that in there.
New Jersey.
Right?
One, hell yeah, stud.
Yeah, you got it, Region 1. And when you look at the performances of the 6 halves that they played, they've been the better side in 5 halves. I don't know that we would have expected that. So they're in a pretty good moment right now.
See that guy? I got to get out of here.
Pat, that I thought going into this tournament was going to score 2 and 3 goals a game. Just not that team. What's the one position we have said for months we need to continue to build? And that's the number 9 position.
Yes.
Greg has rotated both games.
He's
and
absolutely
we might see
right.
someone as a new striker playing in the next match.
Tony, when you're playing goalie, kind of a technical question, and you have someone's taking a PK on you, what are you looking at? What are you trying to read first? I'm always curious about that.
Yeah, hips, right? So
Yep, the hips.
pointing one way, it's kind of hard to put the ball the other way, right? But there are guys that can do it. But hell, man, these guys are so lucky now. You know how much videotape we had VHS tape when I was playing. You know,
For scouting.
We didn't have now you can look at every penalty kick that every guy has taken for the last 10 years, you know,
And know his
we didn't have
tendencies.
any of that stuff. But yeah, it would be hips and then timing, right? People have an issue when you see a guy hop and jump. It's almost, I equate it to baseball. My kids are into baseball, right? And I equate it to like a changeup, right? It looks like a fastball, it acts like a fastball, except it does something different than a fastball. So when you see that, they're trying to break the rhythm of the goalkeeper and his timing of when to dive, depending on where he makes the decision to dive. So there's an art form to it, right? There's some guys that are really good at penalty kicks, and some guys both taking them and saving them. And I think that's why you see sometimes, in the Netherlands was one of them in 2014, that actually changed their goalkeeper twice going into penalty kicks.
Yeah, and their penalty kicker born was just an excellent penalty
You
taker,
certainly were one of those
penalty
guys.
blocker.
That's why, you know, when I scored as an 11-year-old,
It was an advantage to switch him out.
Soccer
That's what
camps,
you mean.
I knew that was a
And
moment
the other
that I
player was
remember
just a
for the
better
rest of my
field
life.
player.
And here we are.
And they didn't have 5
chit-chatting.
subs
But it
back
does
then. They
feel
still only
like
had 3
modern
subs.
soccer,
Think about that.
penalties more important than ever.
5 subs.
Or-
Now you
or
could be a
am
lot
I
more
just caught in
tactical.
the moment? Feels like there's much more penalty kicks than there's ever been, and much more important ones than there's ever been. Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, because we have VAR now, right? So you think about the years of how many penalty kicks referees may have missed or weren't willing to call.
Right.
Now you don't have to make a call, right? If you're a referee, you
Yeah,
don't really
the
have to blow the
VAR
whistle
can make the
because
call
you've got
for
this
you.
security of having VAR and going to the video monitor and seeing it again, which we never had in the past. So if it wasn't called, it wasn't called, and you had to make a split decision. So when you think of it from that regard, I'm not so surprised. And we're now starting Saturday with the U.S. at 10 o'clock. And by the way, all the games
Run out
are
of gas. Gotta get out of here.
forward. From yesterday on through the rest of the tournament, we're getting into rounds where there's no more draws, right? We got to figure out a winner.
10 a.m. they're on Saturday?
Yeah, 10 a.m.
Eastern.
Can we have any
10
pool?
and 2.
Can
Yeah,
we go
US
at 2? Can we go? Don't we have any pool? Can we just say no? We're going at 2 o'clock. We're America. You know that whole thing. Can I go back to the team itself? Because you said we're looking for a number 9, and for those that don't know soccer, like the 9 is the striker up top. That's why you see a lot of the great goal scorers throughout history have worn the number 9, because that's the position of 9. Gio Reyna not playing. Now I know he's been injured. But I think, did you play for his dad? You know his dad? I assume you do. The family.
Well, I played in the World Cup. Yeah, I played in the World Cup with Claudio.
With his dad.
Yeah, so this dude is, and his mom, I think, professional soccer player as well. We've seen him play great soccer. Seems like he could be a guy that could solve a lot of our problems, maybe. I don't know. He's grown up in the academies in Europe. Greg Berhalter's not playing him. Is it because he's not fit? He's not in shape? Obviously, that video of him going through the hotel yesterday, locked in, while everybody else is celebrating. And this dude's got so much swag. I'm a big fan of his. He wasn't happy that he got subbed out. Christian Pulisic got his balls checked out. He's celebrating back at the hotel. That moment right there, though, a G in the background with his headphones on, walking through, is kind of what stole the conversation to that whole video after getting, knocked through to the next round.
Taking a look
What
around.
is it with? Is he not in shape? Is he not fit? And what do you see from him going forward, do you think, Tony?
I don't know.
That's been the big mystery. You know, when we talk about lineups, I expected he would start at least one game in the first round. There was a little discrepancy with Greg. Talked about they had a fitness check after.
Guys, do you guys think? I mean, the expectation was Gio was going to be playing some minutes. I mean, he wasn't that hurt. So, like, we have no idea. Shark underneath there. Holy shit. Yeah, run. Run, you bastard. Running away, Ari. So the expectation, though, was that Gio would be playing some minutes, and he has not played any. And also, some of these subs that Greg was moving into, very questionable, weren't they? Shaq Moore is looking more and more like a mistake. Like, he should not have been brought. And when you have Yedlin available, right? Why are you even going with Shaq Moore, I guess? So, a lot of consternation in the U.S. fan base about what the heck is going on with Gio. And not just his dad.
Or prior to the first game against Wales, that led everybody to believe that, hey, is he potentially injured here? He said after the game that he was 100% fit. So there's been a little bit of a discrepancy. And you guys all know, right? You cover enough sports. There's no from all the so-called experts, right? There's no sort of soccer reason why you wouldn't see Gio Reyna on the field. So it leads you to believe that maybe he's just not the guy for Greg, or maybe there's something else going on that we don't know about. But we've seen this a million times in sports.
Well, also in soccer, politics has played especially in the United States, American soccer for a long time, hasn't it? I mean, literally, that's been a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. I don't know that it plays out here. Again, what happens in that camp, we don't know. We can only just assume, right? I've been in those camps 3 times in 3 different World Cups, and I used to read things that were happening outside and thinking, man, that guy knows nothing about what's going on inside. And we see this in every sport, right? It's everywhere.
Agreed. So I guess we shouldn't just automatically assume the worst, but we can't score a fucking goal, and a guy is a fucking goal scorer, and his name is pretty great.
Yeah.
It's like we put him in there. Darius Butler played 9 years in the NFL. Has a question for you, Tony, after watching the World Cup.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, Tony? So watching the World
What's
Cup,
up, Tom?
a lot of these goalies, man, putting a lot of nice punts out there. There are a lot of goalies that transfer to the American football and punt. And then part 2 of my question, how close were you to being a kicker or punter for the Giants? Little birdie told me you might have got close.
Jets.
Oh, Jets.
The
Okay.
Jets
dropped the
after
ball
the
that
94. Pete Carroll was the head coach at that time, who, by the way, I remained friends with. Great guy. Yeah, it was close. I hated it, though, man. I really hated it. It was the most boring. You go from diving around and picking balls out of the corner, and it was the most boring job. I was with you guys who are, and Pat, you'd remember. I don't know if the rest of you guys remember. Nick Lowry was there, and I had the chance to work with Nick back then when I think he came from the Kansas City Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken, to the Jets. And I thought I always wanted to do it, and I thought if I'm ever going to learn to do this, I got a pretty good chance with Nick. But I got injured right before the season, and it was almost a blessing in disguise, to be honest with you. But to translate to goalkeepers, man, there are a lot of guys. I would think more kickoffs and field goals than punting, because the way the game has changed now, everything is struck off the ground. So I would think they translate more that way than anything.
Seems like guys are bombing balls right now. Back in the day, somebody take a goal kick and they got it to near the other 18. Everybody's like, look how fucking big this guy's leg is. Now it feels like every goalie can huck it. Is the ball different? Have they changed the ball, or is it just technique changing? What do you think it is?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. And look, the athletes are bigger and stronger now. I think the one thing, you guys are all, majority football guys, right? I mean, I think if you actually went on the sideline of one of these games, you'd realize how big, the Netherlands, how big Virgil van Dijk is. Their goalkeeper's 6'8" Noppert that you're going to play. I think you'd be surprised how big some of these guys really are. Just different built athletes, right?
Yeah, and the balls are flying. I can't wait. Tone has a question for you, fellow Paisan.
Tony, Pat kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. I've been wondering it. Dest has been subbed off, I believe, in every game. And after him, it feels like there's a pretty decent drop-off to Shaq Moore, who's gone in the last 2 games. Or how come Yedlin's not going in for him? And is it just is it a cardio thing with Dest, because he's up and down that side the entire game? What's going on with that position?
Yeah, look, you hit the nail on the head. First off, I believe Yedlin did come in the Wales game, right? And then it's been Shaq Moore in the last 2 games, if I have that correct.
Nashville, Shaq,
keep in mind, Nashville, and he was playing in Spain. But keep in mind, I watch Sergio Dest because AC Milan is my team, right? It's the team I support around the world, so I watch him every single week. He's not played very much for Milan
Do you hear this?
And he didn't play at Barcelona at all, really, before he went to Milan in the transfer window at the end of the summer. So I'm not really surprised, but there was a moment, I think you're talking about the England game, when he came off the field and he had a few words. And I asked about it after the game, and I asked the PR people in U.S. Soccer if they had anything on, because we saw a little glimpse of him turning back, and I don't know, you couldn't tell who he was upset with. It certainly wasn't the referee, because he wasn't looking at the field. So, but I think all in all, he's been pretty damn good in this competition so far. I think he just is run out of gas because he doesn't really have fitness under him.
Yeah, and that is a big part of it in the soccer sport. They were talking about boxing when Floyd took on Conor McGregor, and all the super boxing people were like, Conor, he might have a couple good rounds, but boxing fitness is just a different thing. You have to have cardio in boxing, and 11 rounds is what Conor, and it was incredible work by Connor. I think it should have been applauded. Soccer fitness is a big deal. That was something I was never that great at. You know, these lungs, for whatever reason, just
Soccer
weren't.
fitness is a different animal. I mean, being able to go a full 90, being able to run that many kilometers, that many miles in a game, be able to sprint time after time, to go after running a couple miles, to be able to still go for a dead sprint to the corner, just for the chance that you can get that ball and get it and feed a cross in, potentially change the game, right? There's so much that goes into soccer fitness that isn't there in other games. Baseball. Imagine baseball players playing a full 90. Woo! But then again, hockey players, they probably would be able to do it. It'd just be a different animal for them because they're a lot more spurt bursts. And I always wondered if, what if they brought in hockey style substitutions to soccer? Maybe more scoring.
Always the biggest part of it.
Maybe more heart attacks too. Jesus.
It's hard to judge though from the outside looking in.
Well, I'll use that
does that guy have
opportunity to
anything
jump
left,
in,
or does
James,
he
and
not?
tell you
Let's
how
go!
terrible of an idea that is. How you
Let's
doing,
go.
bud?
Doing great, Toke. How you feeling after that dub?
Oh, I'm feeling all sorts of good, especially since he didn't wait till Landon Donovan time to score. It was kind of nice to jump out a little bit on the early side.
Right, and then just have to sweat it out.
Well, we didn't have to sweat it out. Apparently, that's just what we chose to do. Greg Berhalter identifies as a man who wants to absorb pressure.
Yeah, he must be a sadomasochist, is what you're saying.
Jesus. I mean, I don't know what I want, right? I probably would have been pissed had we gone for it and gone for the second one and then given up a really crappy, speedy counterattack. But God, there had to have been something better than just sit and absorb and take it like a. Yeah, never mind.
Wasn't there wasn't there a moment though for Gio Reyna to get in that match?
I mean, yes, there was until he made one or two of the other changes, right? That's the problem. Everybody's like, Shaq Moore's played more than more than Gio Reyna. It's well, yeah, dog. Sergio Dest got a yellow card 5 minutes into the tournament. So yes, he has. You know what I mean? It's not. It's just. It's this way. Not all of the decisions Greg made were either Gio Reyna or the decision he made. He had other decisions to make, and when you do bring in Haji Wright, right? Then you already eliminate the Gio Reyna decision. Shaq Moore coming in has nothing to do with what Reyna's doing, right? So it's not out of all of the subs, it's this person instead of Reyna, but there are moments where it is that person instead of Reyna. Obviously he rates Aronson higher than Reyna because Reyna could do the Aronson job. But what are you gonna, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Yunus Musa has been a man-child. You're not gonna take him out.
US midfield. This US midfield, people are saying better than England's midfield.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the name recognition, but yeah. Let's be honest. What, Yunus Musa's 20? What's McKennie, 22 or 3? What's Adams?
Adams. I mean, this has been... Adams captaining this team has been something else, too.
Oh, man. That kid was born to be a captain.
Do you think he goes to a new team after this, or is he's going to be at Leeds for a while?
I would know better if I was looking at the standings. If Leeds is in 16th right now, yeah, he's gone at least at the end of the season, if not this month, right? Or I shouldn't say this month, but January.
Who's coming to get Tyler Adams?
But I mean, Manchester United originally wanted him, but he would be the Fred replacement. But I'll put it this way: if Leeds is anywhere near the top half of the table, if they're in 11th or 12th or in 9th or something, I think he's the kind of cat that would ride it out at Leeds and try and do something special. Because, again, Leeds is just a couple players away. And honestly, if Bamford played anything like he played 2 years ago, they'd probably be pretty solid. Oh, man, why is my... gotta charge my vape. Damn, dude.
No! Dude, that's always the worst.
right?
You gotta have two, dude. You gotta have one on backup, man.
Well, I mean, I have the one kind of vape and then the nicotine vape. So the nicotine one is working, which, boo.
I wanted to talk more about Adams and his tournament, and just like it's been, when we're looking at this team, finally a hero has emerged. It's the guy who got kicked in the nuts. It's Christian Pulisic, kicked in the nuts. The nut shot heard round the world. America took their best nut shot and won. And it was I think that was an awesome moment for Christian Pulisic that really etched his name. Finally, he's locked in now forever.
It's like this weird mix of like it's super epic now because of that happening, but I actually felt a little bit bad because we didn't get to see a celebration.
Right, we got robbed of his celebration.
We got robbed of something like ridiculous.
I mean, I consider it this way, Toke. I thought it was a dead fish celebration. I thought he dead fished into the goal.
Okay, I you know what? I feel you on that.
He scored and everything happened so quickly, and then all of a sudden I turned around, like I'm celebrating. I turned back around and he's laying on the ground, although it's like in a slightly different place. I'm like, oh, he must have got up and just dead fished into the goal.
He's working with a little bit more than I thought he was when I saw him kind of quote unquote rubbing the area. So good on him.
Holy cow, dude. And that was my first thought, is that he took a nut shot. They called it an abdomen injury.
Yeah, we all know. I mean, dude, I think this tournament, despite that's the thing about him. You're always gonna have haters say shit, and then you're always gonna have the dick riders say stuff. But honestly, I do feel like he's really turned the corner, because even though he hadn't scored until his past game, he was having a hell of a tournament. And we've talked about it on this channel before, is like all the shit the media talks, and Wales had 4 guys on him. England had 2 or 3 every time. You know, honestly, the whole reason he was tearing it up in the first half is because Iran didn't have any, like, they didn't double team him. They were having people try and guard him straight up.
Him and Weah have been really, truly the best parts of the offense, him and Weah.
I mean, I'm really high on this team. There are mistakes, there are issues, but I think the biggest issue is something I didn't even see coming, which was how big of a drop-off the subs are from the starting 11. You know what I mean? Like, it's a way further drop-off than I had assumed. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm a Pulisic supporter. I think he's proven the world a little bit wrong. And it's just like, how many players have we seen have bad moves and then go somewhere else and just, like, pop back up? You know what I mean? Like, people make moves to teams that just don't pan out. You know? It happens.
Happens all the time.
Exactly. It's just like, that's the thing. It's our inferiority complex kicking in.
What about these Chelsea fans? How do you think that they got to be feeling seeing Pulisic? For all intents and purposes, that was a U.S. win over England. So, like, you know when Mayweather fought Logan Paul or some shit like that? Logan Paul fought him to a split decision, which for Logan Paul to hold off the greatest, one of the GOATs in boxing, to that type of tie decision, that's a win for Logan Paul. And in the same way, that was for USA to hold England to a tie, and not only hold England to a tie, make them think they were gonna lose.
Oh, for real. That's the dude. I gotta tell you what, man. I kind of circling back on all these points you just made, and then what you originally asked me, which is, dude, even if we didn't get that special moment of Pulisic, or let's say Iran, God, now I'm screwing it up because now I'm all conscious about it because of the Tyler Adams thing. Is it Iran or Iran or?
Don't worry
whatever.
about it. It's whatever we call it. Like, they don't realize, like, if you exist on the, so this is how it is in politics. If you exist on the international, it's what they say. Like, people don't pronounce United States. They say it in their dialect, and everybody's dialect and their little accents changes everything, right? So it's like, if we're going to be fair and if we're going to understand each other, it's like we got to let each other's dialects seep into how we talk to each other. Even though, like, if it's understood that we're talking about Qatar when we're talking about Qatar, whatever it takes to understand we're talking about Qatar, as long as it isn't derogatory. Mispronouncing it on purpose is kind of derogatory, but we're not mispronouncing on purpose.
No, not on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. There's no misintentional.
There's no malice behind it. Yeah, like I'm saying, I'm trying to actually be
reading it according to
respectful,
our phonetic definitions of language, and that's what it would be. Iran.
I do love a good Estado Unidos. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. But no, to your point, like, even had they tied that game yesterday, I still would have, like, this would have been the only way a like exit out of the group stage would have still felt like a successful World Cup because of how well they've played. You know, we had the draw that felt like a loss against Wales, and then we had the draw that felt like a win against England. We could have very easily won both of those games. And, like, honestly, I'll put it this way. The U.S. could have won those games easier than Wales and or England could have won those games.
Yes.
You know,
like,
and
with that.
It's just they play well. That's the whole point. Like, everybody, again, the Gio Reyna issue. Everyone's so up in arms, but who the hell is going to take Timothy Weah out right now playing like that? Who is going to mess up the MMA midfield? Like, yes, Gio Reyna may be a better individual player than some of those guys out there on the field, but as a team, they are functioning at a high level together the way they're constructed. Just, good God, what if we had a striker?
Oh my God, if we had Jonathan David, who hasn't had a great World Cup.
I mean, if we had anybody, dude, Timo Werner. Like, anybody.
That makes me wonder why. I just play Gio Reyna at that point, or play Tim Weah there to get Tim Weah and Brendan Aronson in more.
Weah has done it before, though. That's the thing. He's done it for Lille. He's done it before.
Right.
Like,
so
he
he's
would
the
be the one to
fill-in.
He would be the fill-in.
With the type of tournament he's having, I'm okay moving him off where he is because he's having a great tournament. Maybe he's going to do great for me in front of goal, and that will continue.
Well, like, who doesn't just assume that if we were to start a false nine, that wouldn't, the guys wouldn't just completely switch consistently from right to left to center? You know, like, how good would that be with a bunch of overlapping play, like Pulisic on the starting on the left and Aronson on the right, or Reyna, and then Weah in the center, and then they just keep moving around. You know, like, I guarantee Pulisic would get another goal right down the center. You know what I mean? It would just, it's so smart. But then again, I do see what he's doing, because he's trying to make sure he doesn't get too cute. You know, he doesn't want to overthink it. He doesn't want to be the idiot who, like, you know, took a World Cup roster and instead of ever playing us forward, just did weird shit.
But
right?
To everybody's eyes, and what the media is making it sound like, it sounds like they're sitting their third or fourth best player, and they're not playing him. And how can you go through a tournament not playing your third or fourth best offensive weapon?
Well, who would he replace?
Right, but
he's going to replace one of three players, right?
I agree with you. Who would he replace right now? No one. But who is he subbing?
Well, not just that,
for?
But I mean, in a game,
that's a different story. And it's he's definitely making a mistake with the subs and not getting.
I mean,
him in.
he is, but he isn't. Like, I don't think he's.
Yes.
I don't think he's played amazing, but I would almost still choose Aronson over Reyna, given the choice myself. You know, and that's the thing. Where is Reyna going to play? He's going to play McKinney, or he's going to play Weah, or he's going to play Pulisic's position. And you damn sure aren't taking Weah and Pulisic out unless it's like kill clock time. And are we going to kill clock with Reyna? No. You know what I mean? So then his natural position.
He's the offensive weapon, right? And like if you're saying, like, we got the Swiss Army knives on this bench, we're not pulling out the corkscrew for the wine bottle. And he
Well, that's the thing. It's really the only thing that actually, like, everybody, like I said, everybody's making every sub that comes in, you know, like, oh, he brought in Walker Zimmerman. It's like, yes, to play defense. We're not going to put in Gio Reyna. But the issue is Aronson. The Aronson subs is where Gio Reyna would come in. Oh my God, DPG, how you doing with your fine self?
Not too bad. I mean, I feel like
I love those sultry tones, bro.
Huh?
I said I love those sultry tones, man.
I mean, like, what can I say? I feel like Julius Caesar after conquering Gaul, you know?
You know, I'm riddled with dyslexia, so I was never a big reader, but I did love the Julius Caesar play or book or whatever you would consider it.
Yep,
the play
I did too.
by the great
Shakespeare, right?
Shakespeare, yeah.
Yeah.
The great play, great
Yeah.
movie too.
I read that in elementary school. I actually really enjoyed that play.
It's a manly play, guys. It's
well, yeah. Mark Anthony goes and wrecks shop across the world and hooks up with Cleopatra. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
I know, it's kind of nuts. It's like it appeals to a lot of people.
DPG, tell me you're happy, please. Just tell me you're happy.
No. So you know what? I'm really proud of the boys. You know, they you know, there's been the past couple of World Cups, you know, we've always gotten hyped up about this team that they're actually gonna make it to the quarterfinals, and we only get disappointed. And I'm not saying that still can't happen. All I'm saying is that the way this team is playing, the way this team is functioning, you know, it's like a really well set group. Like I prior to them playing these games, I questioned, hey, is this a team that's put together, or is this a team that's gonna come together?
Right.
And I'm really happy that the team has come together. We had question marks after the Wales game. I know I did, but they pretty much resolved some of those questions against England, and of course, you know, beating Iran, that kind of solidified. Okay, so maybe there is some hope with this team. Maybe we might make a statement this tournament. But the real test is going to be on Saturday against the Netherlands. And that's a game that I'm looking forward to. At this point, win or lose, I got to admit that I'm happy with the way this team played this tournament.
Right. Better than Canada.
Oh, totally agree. I think the only way I would be disappointed is if, like, after 15 minutes, we're down 2-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than that, like, anything that happens is all good. Like I said, like, I'm even watching the Iran game, and I'm like, you know what? Even if they tie this game, like, this is like, it would be the, like, what happened? Let's say Iran tied the game. That would have been the only way I would have been, like, considered this World Cup a success had they not gotten out of the group, because of just how they've played. It's not like teams of old, even though, like, Clint Dempsey's my favorite player ever, but teams of old were just like, we'll run through walls. You know, just brute force their way to victory. Like, not that they weren't talented, but they damn sure weren't like this. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. This team has been not only fun to watch, they've been encouraging to watch. They've been impressive to watch. The fact that the way that they stood and not only attacked England, but made England quiver in their boots. And remember, holy shit, they won World War II for us.
Yeah, and one thing that I want to keep in mind, one thing I want to, I want you guys to keep in mind is that no matter what happens on Saturday, I will feel good about this team, because coming out of this tournament, pretty much this whole entire team is a bunch of young guys. Come 2026, we're going to have veterans. We're going to have grizzled veterans. And it looks like we're going up. I mean, think about this. We got a guy right now playing in Holland, like, scoring goals like crazy, and that's Ricardo Pepi.
Yeah, didn't even make the squad.
Didn't even make the squad. That means that this guy really hits his stride in Holland and just keeps scoring goals. Oh my God, that guy's gonna be a threat in a couple of years. He is already a threat, but he could be better. And that's not to say that, you know, our pipeline, you know, we still have our pipeline to look forward to. We have the U20, you know, to look forward to. We have the Olympics to look forward to. So it is an amazing time, an exciting time to be a USMNT fan, and I'm really happy with the way this team is playing. It has given me a lot of hope for the future. Has given me a lot of confidence with this team, and it's kind of and based on today's results, we can clearly see that the CONCACAF, the kings of the CONCACAF is the United States. It's no longer Mexico.
Most certainly. Totally agree.
And for the next 4 years, and for the World Cup, who do you think second? Mexico or Canada? I still think the jury's out on Canada.
This is going to be a kind of a giveaway because USA, Mexico, and Canada are not going to participate in the qualifiers. It's a given for them, which is fine.
That scares me a little. It scares me. We're not going to have a meaningful game.
I mean, we still have the Gold Cup.
Yeah, damn it. Why don't they move that to every 4 years? Let's make that thing matter, man.
And we still have the Nations League, so there's still some competition there. But what I'm trying to get at is that based on today's results and yesterday's results, there's a different outlook, within the region. Like, for example, Mexico is no longer scary anymore. Going to the Azteca is no longer scary anymore.
I think they're going to be afraid of us from here on out.
I think they're just in a lull.
But here's the thing. This is like a total collapse because it's not just the Mexican national team we're talking about. We're talking about Liga MX. We just saw Seattle beat a Liga MX team to win the Champions League in the CONCACAF. We're also talking about the youth system. Mexico did not qualify for the U20 and didn't qualify for the Olympics. That means there's going to be a big gap in terms of developing young talent.
And their competition is going to go down because of that.
Well, and look what happened to us when we did that. We missed 2 or 3 Olympics in a row. We missed the Youth World Cup 2 times in a row, and that was the lost generation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why Tim Ream and DeAndre Yedlin are the only people still left from that generation.
Kind of crazy. Yeah. The last time that Mexico was eliminated from the group stages and didn't make the round of 16, Angus is reporting, was 1978.
78. Yep.
Damn.
So think about that. This could be a wake-up call for the Mexican Federation to kind of get its act together, but it's gonna take time. And the fact that you missed out on a U20 cycle, that you missed out on the Olympics, it's gonna be a couple of years before you can start developing some meaningful talent. Because what's the showcase for young talent, for European teams to go scout
and to go buy your talent, right?
Yeah, it's the U20 and the Olympics.
Wow. And that's where they get noticed, and then they'll get brought in and elevated into better playing time, better coaches.
And especially the U20, because some of those guys are still young enough to be part of a youth system for a big club. That's you can produce your Pulisic, you can produce your Reynas, guys like that, that went through the youth system. So imagine some of these young guys getting picked up by big clubs and going through that whole youth system and actually working out for them. So those are things to think about.
How many Mexican players are going to go to the FC Dallas youth system?
Yeah. Chances are.
I mean, I make a joke, but look at this team, dude. Kellen Acosta, Weston McKennie, 4 other guys I can't even think of right now.
Let me ask you this. How many of those guys, those Mexican players that are going to go through the Dallas youth system, are going to want to play for the U.S. men's national team instead of Mexico?
That's always a hard question because I think I
always say it's between the heart and the brain.
Well, it's also between the talent because because what if you're not going to be starting? If you're not going to be entering a position of need where you think you are the starter, like Sergio Dest knew he could beat out Yedlin. So he's like, yeah, I think I have a better chance with America than I do with the Dutch national team starting.
Here's the thing is you can't always look at it that way because you have to fight for your position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody makes their decision based on something else. What was his name? Giuseppe Rossi. He I heard that interview with the Cooligans a year or two ago.
Of his grandpa.
Well, he was like, dude, I sat at home and would watch the Italian national team games. I never was gonna play for the US. I care about the Italian team.
Well,
you know what I mean? And
it's Italy. That's a team with with World Cup trophies, and there's a whole legacy behind that national team.
Right, but it's also a harder team to break into.
Exactly.
Especially at the time, right?
Yeah. But it also depends on who's coaching the team. There's coaches that have
politics. Tony Meola and Pat McAfee were talking about. They're saying politics creeps into soccer decisions all the time.
I mean, there's coaches that go through a whole youth revolution where they want to bring younger guys and want to get rid of, some of the vets, and that's fine if it works out for them. But I mean, at the end of the day, if that Mexican player or any player makes that decision to play between the U.S. men's national team or wherever country they're from, that's two things to think about. You have to think about your heart, where's your heart is at, and also think about in your brain. Like, think about, is this a right decision? Is the Mexican press, is the Mexican press or there's other countries' presses, are they going to get on my nerves to the point that I'm going to feel it's going to be a nerve wracking? Because that's what a lot of these Mexican players go through. They go through the Mexican press is brutal on the national team. So that's stuff those are little things to think about. And of course, as you mentioned, hey,
did you literally just win?
Yeah, I just I was had a dub.
Sorry.
And like, hey, no, and then it comes down to, hey, I grew up watching this league, so I'm more inclined to stick with them.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a connection with the Pulisic's and the Reynas and the Adams and the Brendan Aaronsons.
I mean, and trust me, I think we missed out on more talent than just Giuseppe Rossi in terms of him going to Italy.
Mm-hmm.
We missed out on actually a few players that went on to play for Serbia or
Jonathan
Holland.
David, who played for Canada.
Oh, yeah. Or what was that dude's name? The defender who was at Dortmund forever. Oh, what was that kid's name?
Subotic?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God.
No way. Subotic?
Yeah, he was born in the U.S., dude.
Yeah.
And he played for Serbia instead.
Place of birth says Nevin. It says Nevin. Born to Bosnian Serb parents, Subotic lived in Germany and the United States in his youth. He was born in Yugoslavia.
Oh, my bad.
But still, I mean,
he played for the United States, U17s and U20s.
Yeah.
Before switching to Serbia.
So yeah, so it all depends,
It does. It's a culture thing. Like, I think, without getting too ridiculous, if you noticed, a lot of the German players born of American servicemen, notice what they all had in common. Most of them were black, right? So they didn't feel quite as accepted / at home with the German setup as they did, say, in America. And I think we still don't do a great job of incorporating our Hispanic American people into the team, but we're getting there. And I think, without sounding ridiculous, I think it kind of started with more of the African American descendant players who are feeling more in tune with their American side, wanting to represent America. This is a big team. There's a lot of diversity on this team. I think it's really fun to see a guy like a Tim Weah and Jordan P. Fox speak French, and then you see a Pepe and Ferreira be able to speak Spanish, and you know what I mean. You have Yunus Musa out there who's just,
I think he's Ghanaian.
Without being rude, a mutt. He's got heritage from all sorts of places. It's really fun to see all the different kind of people that are a part of this American team.
And that's the beauty of it, because now you have kids that are looking on the TV screen and seeing these guys score goals and play for their U.S. men's national team, and say to themselves, hey, these guys look like me.
You know what used to happen at the Olympics? America used to fuck everybody up because we were getting exactly what you were saying. We were getting athletes from all these other countries that were rejected or turned away or were searching for a better life and for more freedom. And we got those people over to America, and we ended up dominating some of the some athletics events that Americans might not have dominated. And right now, forever, we never saw that in America. In soccer, we never saw that type of American dominance translate to soccer. We saw it translate in the heart of the teams that played and their athleticism, that they were able to compete. But on a tactical level, they just never were there. Finally, on a tactical level, we're there, and everywhere else we're there too. So some of that American ingenuity, that thing that makes America so great, that melting pot, finally is coming through in the soccer where it wasn't coming through for so many years.
Well, like
and you also have to take a I was gonna say you also have to take a look at it from the perspective of where all this began, the modern era of U.S. men's national team, which I would say started in 1990. Well, from that point, when we had a bunch of guys that were college players and part-time players, and maybe one or two guys, were playing professionally, to where we're at now.
The dream of playing in Europe wasn't really that realistic for so many people as it is now.
Yeah, being American is no longer a hindrance on the world market, and that's a very good thing.
That is changing.
We talk about representation mattering, which it does, and you look and how many of these kids. I mean, I've heard in interviews with either the Hooligans or on the Cracked or whatever, how many of these kids quote like tell DeMarcus Beasley straight up, like, wow, you got me into soccer. Like, I looked at the screen and I saw DeMarcus Beasley and I knew somebody who looked like me could play.
That's
awesome.
I met an anniversary party, and
think about this. DeMarcus Beasley was a lot of people's favorite players for so many reasons, and that was one of them. He wasn't my favorite player because of that, but he was one of my favorite players because I loved watching him play. I thought he was an amazing player for America, and his athleticism was. I was like, we got a guy who could compete.
It's funny you mention that because to me, when I think of DeMarcus Beasley, I think of the generation after the Kobe Jones or Kobe Jones.
Yes.
Right.
He was kind of like the next guy that was going to take it a step further because everybody recognized Kobe Jones. I remember watching USA 94, with my uncle and my dad and my cousins, and we were all like, hey, who's the guy with the funny hair? Kobe Jones. 98, same thing.
My God, isn't it so great that Kobe Jones hasn't flushed his reputation down the toilet like Alexi?
Oh God, Alexi. Anytime, the thing that cracks me up about Alexi Lala is like sometimes he really pushes that envelope, and like to the point that he sounds more like, that he'll be the kind of guy that'll be hanging out with the American Outlaws fan group than he is as a commentator.
He's gonna be a chameleon, right? He's like a Tucker Carlson of soccer.
He is.
He's gonna pick out these horrible opinions, and then he's just gonna ride or die for them just for the content, basically.
I don't know how he does it, but he just rides that edge. And I gotta say, this World Cup, I've come to love Alexi Lalas. I've come to appreciate some of what he brings. And how it's different. And the other thing that I appreciate, Clint Dempsey's honesty.
Oh God, Clint Dempsey's man. That guy, I like when he commentates. That guy just keeps it honest.
Yeah, he's so great. I thought we had lost him forever, and I don't know how CBS did it, but they said, Clint, we've backed up the Brinks truck. Please come in from fishing. His disdain for Alexi Lawless. His disdain for that man is the best part of the two of them having to be together at the desk.
For Alexi, yeah, he is like dealing with it. It's hilarious. It's made fun watching.
Yeah, I mean,
you know who I miss. I gotta say real quick, just a shout out because I have yet to find him on any of the commentating teams. I've yet to find him on any kind of World Cup, anything. But I love Maurice Adu more than any heterosexual man should love another heterosexual man.
Whenever I hear that man talk, I'm like, oh, is that Maurice? And then I go, Maurice.
I think he showed up for the MLS Cup final, or he showed up for some of the playoff games. And Maurice Adu, especially when you put him together with Clint Dempsey, oh my God,
that's amazing. That's a match made in heaven, right there.
Tony Meola, guys, is so good. We had Tony Meola. He's one of the better color guys. I mean, his delivery might be a little dry sometimes, but I think the content he brings is second to none. I mean, I've been listening to Landon Donovan, and Landon Donovan's been fun. He brings great ideas, but his delivery, oh my God. It's like he's doing a podcast by himself. Ian Dark's feeding him questions, and he's like, and Ian's like, how do you think about that, Landon? And Landon's like, dead air for like 20 seconds. I'm like, what is going on?
I think Landon Donovan falls in the same kind of category as Thierry Henry. They're not necessarily great at this, but they were so great that they have so many more stories than everyone else. You know what I mean? That
He had great insight when he spoke. You're right. Like, and same with Tiana. They had great insight when he spoke, but his rhythm was just not there, and not with Ian Dark either.
I mean, we used to do and Clint Dempsey. You know, those guys are great. Those two guys, you know, when I especially when I had the chance to actually watch them together, man, they're just going back and forth. I remember when I believe someone made the Hall of Fame. I think it was either Clint Dempsey, and they were just kind of bantering, you know, each other with that. But yeah, I mean, Alexi Lalas. He is the Tucker Carlson of soccer for US. Yeah, like especially when you get him going during the whenever USA and Mexico play. Oh my god, this guy sounds like. I'm even surprised that Herculez Gomez doesn't pop him in the mouth or something, because he's like borderline. Like, I'm not gonna say he's borderline saying racist stuff, but it's getting close. You know whether
like I said, he picks out the most controversial thing, and then he's like. It's like, it's not even necessarily the things he thinks. It just feels like he goes, okay, well, here's the angle I'm going to take.
Yeah, like he'll shit on the Mexican national team. And then he'll say, I hate the Mexican national team. He's like, but I love the country, though. it's like, what?
Yeah, these filthy players and wonderful people. Like, just...
Yeah. He's like, okay, but that cracks me up. It's like when he says stuff like that, like he'll like flip it around. But man, it's just, if you think about it, this process that started in 1990 all the way to now, it's like it's a long way. And on top of that, I have to step out, guys. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Oh shit! I'm just taking bodies right now. Woo! Shit! Where'd he go? All right, I gotta heal.
All I see is you in some weird round room. I know I'm like 30 seconds behind.
I am running amok right now.
I was originally... Oh, shit, I'm way behind on your thing. But no, I was thinking about setting up the old PS5 in here.
You want to join? Hop in.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to set up the PS... No, that sounds like work.
Yeah, no, I've got it set up in the other room, ready to rock. Oh, man. This has been a fun World Cup. I think the only World Cup I've had more fun at.
I need you for sex right now. Okay.
Okay, so I've got to go.
All right, 2010. Good luck. All right, good luck to our fallen comrade. He's been summoned for the snoo. Boom, boom, boom. Have fun. Let's go back to spectating. Chat. Oh, that was great. That's hilarious. Let's take a moment to... Well, look at this weapon. What the hell is this thing? This goo gun. Look at this goo gun. Apropos of for what? Toke? About the mission, the adventure Toke's about to embark on. Alright, gotta move on. It's hilarious. With this guy. 11 people left. He's shooting straight up. He's stuck. He's stuck in ignition. He can't get it out. All right, he's going one more time. Oh, he got it up. He took the blue chew. He's ready to go. Making his move. But what can he do? He's going to go over to the house, the hut. And we got a play action moment here. He's going to call an audible. He's looking for help. He doesn't need it. He says, I'll take the bullets instead. Hey, what's that? Oh, yeah. Better gun? Not really. Moving around. Looking for the hunt. There's the hunt. Ooh, could pick up that and drop the double, but the double's more tactical because if you just take a 50 shot, you could still just heal up 50 and you got an extra 50 later. If you drop those two bigs for the keg, then you just have 100 shot, and then it might be good because maybe you take 70 damage and then you're just dropping one. But then also kind of signifies to your enemy where you are, unless like you really do some good wall building to disguise your location. Mats have not been hard to come by. I mean, I've been stacking mats. The World Cup count. Really? I gotta look at this. City found underneath the Amazon. Do not be surprised. There was an awesome book I read. Search for the City of Z. I'll pull that up, right? Search the City of Z. That's not the title. It's like right. All right, the Lost City of Z. Can I get the book? So it's about the true story about Colonel Percy Harrison Fawcett. It was a British surveyor to, you guessed it, National Geographic. The National Geographic. I'm talking way back in the 1800s, boys and girls, a long time ago. So this guy, let me just double check. Yeah, so 1900s and 1800s, and 1900s, early 1900s is when he's exploring the Amazon rainforest, looking for the lost city of Z, the lost city of gold. Believe that in the jungle of the Mato Grosso state of Brazil, there existed an indigenous city of gold. Based on early histories of South America and his own explorations of the Amazon River region, where people ended up dead and multiple expeditions, man. There was one time where they're going down the Amazon. I love this book, was amazing. There's one time where they're going, and I remember this from the book. They're going, Fawcett and his group are going down the Amazon River, and it's been a particularly trepidatious journey. It's been wrought with death bugs and death creatures and death animals everywhere. And on top of it, he encounters a waterfall. We get to this waterfall, and they're up on the waterfall. They got to go down. They got a light enough boat that they could unpack it, take it out of the water, and take it down from the waterfall down into the grotto of where the water is and continue on their way. But they have to find how to get down. They don't see any way that's evident from where they're at. The ship's captain leaves the boat, and so they're waiting, and he leaves the boat, and he walks off into the woods. They see him walk off into the woods and goes away, and it's been a while, and all of a sudden it's been too long, and the hours have ticked by, and still they would have thought that he would have been right back. He would have found a way, and they worry maybe a deadly snake got him, maybe a deadly creature got him. They a couple of the guys hop out of the boat with guns and weapons, and they're walking into the woods, and not but 20 feet, maybe 15 yards, between 20 feet and 15 yards into the trees of the Amazon rainforest from where their boat was located, right there on the shore off the edge of this waterfall, was their captain pinned to a tree, missing some various body parts as well. And they couldn't believe how close to the boat he was, and they didn't hear him. They didn't hear it. They didn't hear anything. They didn't hear what killed him or who killed him, because it was definitely some sort of indigenous tribe in the Amazon rainforest. But that's just one such story in the Lost City of Z, when he was embarking into the Amazon rainforest searching for that. And I'll go on with the Wikipedia. It says Fawcett found a document known as Manuscript 512, held at National Library of Brazil, believed to have been written by the Portuguese bandeirante João de Silva Guimarães. And according to this document, in 1753, a group of bandeirantes discovered the ruins of an ancient city, that it contained arches, a statue, and a temple with hieroglyphs. So what they're speaking of undoubtedly probably existed. Were they making it up? That's a possibility they were making it up. But think about this and think about what we do know about Punta Cana and all the various other sites in Mexico, Chile, up and down South America, up into even North America. There are sites. But where of ancient cities and ancient artifacts and ancient history, essentially, where arches, statue, and temple with hieroglyphs may have existed. Now, that was in the Amazon rainforest. I bet they probably did. He described the city of ruins in great detail, but without giving its location. See, that I have a problem with. Maybe he was making it up. Or maybe he was trying to hide it and make himself more valuable and say, hey, you need me to get back there, because back then it was a little bit more cutthroat. I mean, you could see some of the old, there's a good movie, Master and Commander, one of the great movies that just really shows what ship life was like way back in like maybe the 1800s, 1700s. But we're talking, of course, about 1900s. Manuscript 512 was written after the explorations made in the Sertão in the province of Bahia. Fawcett intended to pursue the finding this city as a secondary goal after the city of Z. He was preparing an expedition to find Z when World War I broke out, and the British government suspended its support as well as its support to National Geographic. That's not in the article, but I just know that because I read the book and I know how much Percy Fawcett was involved with National Geographic. And of course, National Geographic was an offshoot of the British government. It was a, like how would they have, it was supported absolutely by the British government and through philanthropy as well from British benefactors and philanthropists. Fawcett returned to Britain and served on the Western Front during the war, and in 1920 undertook a personal expedition to find the city in Brazil, but withdrew after suffering from fever and having to shoot his own pack animal. He was not pleased with that predicament. On a second expedition, 5 years later, Fawcett and his son Jack and Jack's friend Raleigh Ramel disappeared into the Mato Grosso jungle, never to be found. Researchers believe that Fawcett may have been influenced in his thinking by information obtained from indigenous people about the archaeological site of Cuhicugu, near the headwaters of the Xingu River. After Fawcett's presumed death in the jungle, Cuhicugu was discovered by Westerners in 1925. The site contains the ruins of an estimated 20 towns and villages in which as many as 50,000 people might once have lived. The discovery of large geometrical earthworks, its interfluvial settings of southern Amazonia, have since been recognized as supporting Fawcett's theory. How incredible. There, of course, was a movie starring Charlie Hunnam. I didn't really see it, but I might have to take a look because it was a great book. Oh, there's another. There's a hunt for the lost city of D forms a plot for the 2022 film The Lost City. Oh, really? With Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, a comedy. That's interesting. It's fun. Alicia Felipe says, my dear neighbor, FC Neo Tokyo, told me about you, so send us support. Appreciate it, Alicia. AKA, I'm his sister, and he's never. What's up, Alicia? Thanks for joining us here. Toke was just on the show. He had to be summoned away for filial duties, but I'm sure he will make a return at some point. Maybe I don't know if it'll be today or tomorrow, or today or next week or what. But man, we always have a good time with Toke. We had DPG on earlier, talking a little soccer football. It's soccer. We call it soccer here. So do Australians, hey? Australians call it soccer too. So they're like, fuck you, England. We call it soccer. Get good dub, good dub. We'll ready up. Move on to the next match. Oh man, The Lost City Z reminds me of another book. It was Dr. Livingstone, I presume. Book. Let's look it up. So it was the book was called Dr. Livingstone, I presume. No, that's not what it was. No, that's not. That was not the book. Dr. Livingstone book. But that is a book. I think it's the life and African explorations of David Livingstone is what I read. I believe. Really good book. I think that was the one. Maybe it was Missionary to Africa. It was one of the. It was one of those. I think it was The Life of African Explorations. But man, good book. I remember a lot more about it than I remember the title. I just remember them having all the issues they had to go through in Africa, and it was incredible. The lengths that these men had to go through times before cell phones, cell towers. In times before, like, even the Wild West is like a thing, right? And like, if the Wild West is a thing, imagine other parts of the world and how wild they might be. Fucking wild. Angus says USA, Canada, Sustralia. Sustralia. I don't know if that was a typo, but Sustralia. Okay, it was a typo. But Sustralia is hilarious. Think about it, like Sustralia, like they're suspect, like Sustralia, like, a little bit sus. In Japan, they all call it soccer. Hell fucking yeah. Right? But whatever, if they call it football, teach their own. And then when football comes, what do? Sure, they get real confused. Not us. Not us Americans. We go to, yeah, whatever. Like we're all high and mighty. Now everybody's language is different. We figure it out. That's a nice thing. Alicia Felipez, my dear neighbor. FC Neo Tokyo told me all about you. Thank you for stopping by. Hanging out. I wish Tokyo was here. He was just here because you would be enjoying the banter. Man, he makes me laugh. He makes me, and then we start splitting jokes. Like people start splitting hair to the dog. On Sunday morning. Can I get a little hell? Yeah, I need a gun, maybe. I do not have the ability to defend myself, which is an issue, I would say. Definitely an issue. This is not what I need. A weapon. There is no up, maybe up. Let me in. Come on. Up. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Weapon. Okay, I have. Oh, that's what I'm saying. No. Let's get out of here. We escaped that motherfucker. Later. See, we survived. I think there might be a weapon under here. Yes. He might know where I am, but he can't catch up to me. And this weapon I have is just absolute shite. Australia still winning out, in my opinion. Very sus. When you're in Australia, Australia is actually fantastic. I know people who have been there, and they loved that you pull you out. Can I get you going? Yes. Maybe a little shield. How about ya? Pop it off. Pop up the jam. Pump it up. All right, I want to listen to the rest of this Tony Meola talking with Pat.
Not have anything left, and I assume Berhalter is trying to figure that out as we go, so I guess we shouldn't judge as hard. Last question before we let the legend Tony Meola go. I know you have a lot to do. Messi's coming to Miami. Cristiano Ronaldo, I know he's getting offered like $207 million allegedly from Saudi Arabia. He's up. Is he coming to the MLS? Is it our sport now, Tony? Is it our sport now? Are we the leaders in the clubhouse?
Messi to MLS, chat?
Well, we'd like to think so, man. Or we'd like to think at least it's going that way, right? Look,
Messi to MLS would be amazing.
That back in March, that deal was essentially going to
Wouldn't you be happy,
Messi
especially
wanted
if you
it to
guys get
happen.
that Apple
The
TV
Cristiano
deal?
Ronaldo, I
And
just
what
saw the
has Spitting
latest
Fire,
report,
me, been saying?
3.5 years,
Messi's coming.
$365 million.
Paul Tenorio told us here 2 years ago, and he's going to Inter Miami.
Is that Saudi Arabia?
Basically a done deal. It's basically a done
if
deal.
I'm being honest, I'm kind of
It's
over
been
the Cristiano
basically a
Ronaldo
done deal for
story.
years.
I really am.
David Beckham is the
Anyway,
team that's going to end
so
up
this whole
with
thing,
Messi.
I'm like, okay, perfect. Go make your money, go do your thing. You know, when you're getting $2 million,
Miola does not like Ronaldo. He just says, Ronaldo, go make your money, go do your thing.
It's like I can feel bad for you because
We don't need you in
somebody's
MLS. We'll
benching
take
you at
Messi.
Manchester United. I got to be honest.
Okay, what does this men's team need to do that you think
He
would
was
be a
not
massive
pleased with the
success, or
situation at
have they
Manchester
already
United,
accomplished
is what
that going
Neil is
into the North
translating.
America World Cup 4 years from now?
Yeah, I've always said this is built for 2026, but they have a great opportunity here. How do they win this game? They got to win the midfield. Tyler Adams, our captain's been outstanding. Weston McKennie and Yunus Musa have to likely have the best game that they've had in this tournament to beat the Netherlands.
Let's go.
Come on, boys.
We appreciate you.
boys.
Paisan Tony Meola.
Great
Thanks for making
little
time for us,
fucking
Tony.
little clip with Tony Meola. Talk with Pat McAfee. Appreciate that. Appreciate them. Check them out. I've been listening. They're so fun to listen to. I've been enjoying listening to their Aaron Rodgers segments. He's a fun quarterback. Interesting person to listen to. His book club has been amazing. Go look up the Aaron Rodgers book club. I think you'll be impressed by his book recommendations. They're pretty great. Pretty good. Despite being, the embattled AOE guy, right? Gotta be. I don't know how YouTube feels that. The A-man, whatever they could. You know what he's all about, right? But that be Aaron. Ooh, I'm gonna catch a fish. I haven't caught a fish in so long. This is gonna be something incredible. Hey, fishy. A flop. That's seriously, that's it? That's all? Oh, come on. Is there any other water? Water all the way over here. Let's go. We're going fishing, chat. Angus says that is there garage? Angus says that Messi playing one team against another to maximize his salary, in my opinion, he'll stay in Europe. I would not be surprised if he stays in Europe for at least one more season. He's still at the top of his game. He's still able to compete for Champions League, right? If you're able to compete for Champions League, why would you not want to compete for Champions League? It makes me wonder about Ronaldo. Ronaldo probably still wants to compete for Champions League. He's probably finding it difficult. Probably finding it difficult finding a suitor, I imagine, I have a car over here. Go. Come on, take me up. Take me up. Country road. Yeah, let's go deep. Let's go hard in the paint. Going hard in the paint. Woo! Right? Look at this. Oh, we're like, I feel like we're faster. We're going up and away. Let's go up here. There we go. Look at that. Shoots right up. Oh, and we got exact. Look at all the. Oh, that's a person. That is a person. We got fishes. We got fishes. What do you got? It's a slurp fish. It's a shield fish, and you don't have one. Okay, I got fishies. Got slurp fish. What are you all about? Take a look. You might be special. Oh, so special. You feel special and giggly and warm. And you are a pretty deal, and you have a petticoat, and you are just a pretty deal on the lawn again. I like that gun. Please. Can I pick up a fish? I'm not allowed. Am I allowed? I don't need you anymore. I would like you. I think you could help me. All right, let's head to Numlock. And let's say sayonara. Silence. Messi playing on another team. So he's definitely gonna be getting contract offers, and what, you know, people are gonna say, you know, why would they not offer Gadzooks money for Messi no matter what? Like, what he brings to the table just doesn't make sense not to, right? It's like they're gonna make money no matter what they feel. Could pick this up, but I won't. Okay. This key's about. Drop, motherfucker! Let's go. Huge gold shotty. That is something good for me. Gray car. See bullets. Oh, we don't have time to stop for them. We're gonna have to go this way. See if there's maybe we could use this. Certainly, we have the ability. And that in my pocket. Go. Boom. Nice little jump forward. Look at that. And look at that. We just fly forward. Like we know how to play the game. Oh, except for that shot. Let's go. Push, push. Ooh. Free chat. Don't mind if a chest hit out. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah, Caspian. Oh shit. Think I'm doing okay? We got any key spots? Right over here. I don't think we can make that. Oh, what is this? Yes, it's exactly what I needed, boys. Yes. I got a car. Get a chest, but I can't get a car. Oh, there's a car. I saw one. Don't think I have enough time. Not have enough time, but we do have enough time to sneak up into this bush. Chat saying Ronaldo is having marketing problems at the moment. Just straight up marketing problem. Oop. Oh, we're in zone. Pop out. Really pass over that, not get that. Use that bullets. Okay, cool. We're sitting pretty. Look at this. So Ronaldo having these marketing problems. Problems marketing his image. Ronaldo problems. He's having a few of those, isn't he? Look it up. Ronaldo mulling Saudi soccer offer for $207 million a year. 300 million pounds a year. That's insane. He also didn't score that Portugal opener. He claimed. He tried to claim it. He tried to say it was his. It wasn't. How incredible. Can I pick up this gold? I thought, oh, I can't. I don't need any more of these keys. I'm loaded up on that. 5 people left. Can I see any of them? Keeping a peek out, right? Just gotta keep an eye out. Woo! Hello. Hello. You want to peek? You want to peek twice? Hello. Come on. Is that you? Is that you right there? No, it's not. You trying to land on my house? Somebody just landed. My house certainly has had renovations. What do I see this way? 5 people left. Anything that way. Car. Oh! Why? Why? Oh, I could have stayed inside the freaking bathroom. He would have been none the wiser. He didn't know I was there. He just had to. It's like I'm just gonna drive over there and suss it out. Increíble. Increíble. Yeah. Where is this I'm looking for? That is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for you. Yeah. And give it in. Where are you at? Where did you go? And where is the podcast? And I wanna know. Yes, that's where I want. Can I see? Can you play? Oh, nothing new? What? Hey. Hey, what? Where is the allocation disorder? Where is the place that we know is the one? Where is the way. Oh, I think that this. No. Nope, I'm not seeing it, chat. Not seeing anything incredible. Going to get something to eat. It'll come on for a few minutes. All right, Connor. Sounds like a plan. I'm gonna pull this up while we are waiting. What was this? Pop, 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 pop.
FC extra time.
Should Lionel Messi start taking Argentina's penalty kicks? Really? Do you guys think so? I'm reading that right now. Should Messi stop taking their penalty kicks for Argentina? Would they be better served with the GOAT not taking their penalty kick? I would think that unless he's got the yips, you have Leo Messi take your penalty kicks. There's nothing more inside of a goalkeeper's head than like how to stop Leo Messi. But Leo Messi, of course, inside of his own head, maybe you don't need, especially if it makes him trapped inside of his own head for the rest of the match. Oh yeah. Let's hear what Hercules has to say. Ali Marino has to say.
On Saturday.
Maybe an outside chance to win the whole thing. The way they have been playing, I don't think so. They're still so very limited in the attack. So if you were going to play one of the big boys, if we consider the Netherlands one of the big boys, and if you are USA, I think you don't mind playing the Netherlands right now, at this moment. I think you
change the plans
like
from Connor.
You have an opportunity. Doesn't mean that you're going to beat them, but you're not playing the Netherlands at their very best, which then gives you an opportunity to do some of the things that you've been doing.
Absolutely. You have a chance to play Netherlands. And they're not playing at their best right now, but USA are maybe approaching there. And if that could happen, USA can play this game at their best, then they're going to be a force to be reckoned with no matter who is the opponent. We said this. The USA could get hot. Connor saying change of plans, though. It's almost 11, and I am beat. It's been a long day. Connor, don't worry, brother. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Let's freaking go. A lot going on in the world, and fuck it, we ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna enjoy a little soccer. We're gonna enjoy a little Christian Pulisic mending, getting better, and we're gonna go and beat the snap out of Dutch. We're gonna pass the Dutchy to your right, left-hand side. Am I right?
Through the midfield, and then get just enough productivity in the attack, and maybe, just maybe, you're able to pull this one out. I'm still speaking the Netherlands, though.
Wow, Ali, you snuck that in there. Angus saying that living in Saudi Arabia, you're very different for Ronaldo. I just noticed. Al Nassr, based in the Saudi capital, in Riyadh, they want to sign him. I think it could be hard for him to play in that country, though, despite that. I mean, they don't... I don't think that they value freedom as much as Ronaldo values freedom. And if Ronaldo values freedom, he wants to go to LA or Miami. I don't think he wants to go to New York. I don't see New York as an attractive destination for soccer players. But, you know, I could be wrong. It is New York and New York City and everything that attracts. It's incredible. But if, like, you want something different, I mean... there's other places.
Listen, I think from the US, you're playing with house money at this point. Given how the group stage went.
Yes, we're playing with house money.
It's a team, again, talking about the Dutch and not having that out-and-out striker, not having that regular goal scorer, the same criticism for the US. To the point that Christian Pulisic, who made all the difference for them against Iran, is a doubt. And I know exactly what he's saying, that he'll be there on Saturday. I'm just less sure right now. And then, given everything that's happening or not, as the case may be, with Gio Reyna, without Christian Pulisic, exactly.
Where is he?
I just don't see how it comes. And while the US have been good defensively, just conceding just the one goal for a penalty. So have the Dutch. But they have been underwhelming. All being said, though, I think the Dutch have the better players, more concerns, injury concerns for the US. I lean the Netherlands as well.
But it looks as though confidence and belief is running high in this young US
But
squad.
you want Frank to pick
Oh, yeah.
who you don't want to win. Whoever you don't want to win, that's who you want Frank to have.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be neutral then.
Oh, that's good before we get to Frank. Netherlands, of course, is the more talented team on paper. I mean, we all know it. But I would say he's playing the better tournament, and chat is echoing that sentiment. I mean, we got Angus saying, even though the Netherlands have the better record, I think the US level play has just been better. I agree with you, Angus. I agree with you 100%. Maybe we haven't scored the goals, but the performances, the way the team has come together to perform and put down lockdown performances. USA has, count them, what is it, two clean sheets? Two clean sheets? USA has 2 clean sheets. They held Britain, the UK, to 0 goals, and we held Iran to 0 goals. I mean, USA is a lot more defensively stout. People are really realizing. Berhalter has created a well-coached team, diligent, very, very disciplined, and knowing where and it starts with Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams has been stellar, and as so long as he continues to stellar play, go to American. Him, McKennie, and Yunus Musa have honestly been so fun to watch in that midfield. They've made you wonder, wow, are these midfielders better than anybody else has the right to even realize? Like, are these guys Premier level worthy of being on some of the best Premier League teams in their midfield, getting a spot start? Well, some of them are playing for Leeds, which is of course not top level Premier League team. But flat out, USA has just been playing better. In the middle of the game, I'm just sitting up here. That's hilarious. Thanks for not killing me, bud. Boom. I don't know what he wanted me to do there, except maybe not shoot him. I mean, I appreciate him not shooting at me. But at a certain point, you know, it's like, hey, I saw you. Think now we're shooting at each other. So I gave him a couple warning shots. There he is. I see him. Shit. Shit. Woo! Oh, you thought I was up there. Whoop whoop. Pulled the old 23 skidoo on you. I pulled the old 23 skidoo. Alright, let's get in the zone. Possibly not auto zone. Well, I mean, if you want it to be, it could be auto zone, but it doesn't need to be. we could just call it home. Hello. Ooh, I like that. But I don't know where I'll go. Go. You! We found you. We found you when we needed you at last. We found you. We found you and we're gonna take it from the past to the future. The future. And where is he? Where'd he go? Come on, Naranya. Where'd you go, Orange Man? There you are. I see. That's a bird. Not. Come on, you know what I was looking for. Fly drop. We got a doorway. All we need is pop that open. We're ready to go. Reload. Wait for this to fall. We're all nice and cozy. Hello. Goo gun. Gun to take the goo gun. Gonna 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 take the goo gun. Goo gun. Goo gun. Gonna take a goo gun. We're gonna take it all away, yeah. We're trying to find the goo gun. We're gonna say no way, yeah. Jose. Ooh, that looks fun. But that's not where we want to be. Can I escape? Can I get up, please? Thank you. Thank you. Please, may I have another? Can you squeeze me out? A little lemonade? No extra sugar, please. Got enough with my clementine. All right, we gotta get back into the zone, eh? The truck. The fizzle trucks. Been playing Pokemon, guys. And I've been having way too much fun than it deserves. Way too much fun than Pokemon actually deserves. And let me explain why. Game, it released in a horrible state. It's not ready for prime time. But yet I am beating the game, completing it. I beat the Elite Four. I beat the champion. I'm basically in the end game. And I've loved my team and my Pokemon, and I've used all new Pokemon. Is there any old Pokemon on my team? Palafin, old, new. Clodsire, new. Goldango, new. The evolution of Fuecoco, Skeledirge, new. Cyclizar, new. All new Pokemon, and I have loved all of them. They have been so fun. Each one of them has their own little thing that they do real special that I really like. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a blast. The game needs improvements. The game needs to be fixed in the frame rate department. Oh man, it's abysmal. But all those Pokemon I was just talking about, absolutely amazing. I mean, Palafin, what can I say? He is the one-punch Pokemon. He's a dolphin that turns into a superhero when you switch him out. He's an Achilles heel Pokemon. It's amazing. It's like he has like a problem, but you turn that problem into action, power. Amazing. Clodsire, amazing. Nice little evolution of Wooper Paldean, and he's got these ground typings with poison, and it just makes him a heck of a problem to deal with for a lot of people. And then I just boom, I'll yawn ya, bam, after bringing Palafin back in. Yeah, maybe Clodsire dies in the offing, but their guy falls asleep. Palafin comes in, bulks up once or twice, and then it's just pop, pop. Here's a jet punch. Here's a drain punch. Oof, oof. It's just death coming from all corners. It's amazing, and it was a lot of fun. In addition, Goldango, this psychic steel ghost Pokemon. He's got some psychic ability, but amazing fun. Gold Pokemon, and then Cyclozar, this normal dragon. He's got the shed tail ability where he makes a substitute. He substitutes himself back in, so it's a substitute for the team. And if you know anything about that move substitute, it is amazing what it could do for you for allowing setups. Because like if they're trying to lower your stats or hurt you, your substitute takes that damage. Fuecoco's evolution Skeledirge, always super powerful. He's got this awesome move that just makes his special attack go higher and higher every attack, and it's a brutal attack. So man, powerful. And Rotom I had, which is an older Pokemon. What I love about Rotom though, so versatile. It could be air, ice, air, fire. He could be electric ice, electric fire, electric grass. Yeah, electric grass, electric water. He's just so versatile. You could switch him right before the battle, and he'll take that new move, whatever it is, and of that typing, and it's just amazing. You have that plus electricity to boot. It's quite a problem to deal with. It is quite a problem for anybody to deal with. Get out of here. I don't like it. I don't like it, chat. I want out. Come on. Need to find something a bit more hidden. Not it. That looks fun. Doesn't it? Ah! You're wolf.
Hello.
Hello, Connor! Are you coming on? Was not expecting.
Yeah. I'll be on here for a few minutes. The time is 11:10.
Yeah,
so.
I know it's late.
Yeah. I'm just getting settled in for the night, so I figured I'd come in here for a few minutes and see what's up.
Well, thanks for joining us, brother. Dude, how you feeling about this Dutch team that we got coming in here? What are the odds? What are the chances for USA, you thinking?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Excuse me a second. I'm gonna be honest with you. Iran scared me more than the Dutch do.
Wow. Iran's team, their coaching, truly amazing. Great coaching, great execution at all levels. And actually, what an honorable game they played all around. I expected that game to devolve into penalties, red cards, yellow cards. But props to both teams. They both played that. They both played the best soccer match they could.
Mm-hmm. So I got some breaking news here. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me go to the Bird app. Okay, so this is coming from Rolfando Laros. He's a commentator for Fox Deportes. So I think he does La Liga games too. Anyway, he says Gerardo Martino is no longer Mexico's head coach, and he has a quote here: "My contract ended as soon as the referee blew the whistle."
Wow.
And for those of you who don't know, Gerardo Martino is Tata Martinez. Is it Tata Martino or
Tata Martino, former Atlanta United coach and MLS winning coach.
This is coming from Rolfando Ladros. He works for Fox, and apparently he's a commentator for Fox Deportes, which is the Spanish channel for Fox.
We're gonna break this, man. We're breaking. I'll put out this video right after and say breaking. But how do you think? I'm not surprised that Tata Martino is out as Mexican coach, and in my opinion, he fumbled the bag. He did not take the best team for Mexico, and on top of that, not taking the best team for Mexico, he let politics get in the way of the team's success possibilities at the tournament. At the tournament, he didn't make the best moves either.
I'm not seeing anything official from either the Spanish Mexican national team Twitter or the English Mexican national team Twitter, so I'm guessing they'll put something out tomorrow. Oh, and another thing, Derek Etienne signed with Atlanta United today.
Oh, that's a good move for them.
But yeah, that's the breaking news I had. That was tweeted at 5:18 p.m. Eastern today.
I'm not surprised with Tata going out. I mean, a lot of people say you should only get one World Cup run anyway, and then they need to get a new voice in there. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't pay attention much to Mexico.
No, but in general, what'd you say about a coach getting a second pick at the apple for a World Cup?
I don't know. From what I was seeing online, a lot of Mexican fans really, really hated Tata Martino.
Well, I mean, when you exit the World Cup in that fashion, that's the first time you're exiting the World Cup in a group stage since 1978, as reported by Angus. I think that's going to put a lot of consternation in your fans, a lot of worry and of questioning of whether or not you are the right guy.
Yeah. What was I trying? What else was it? Oh, Toke's in here.
Toke, you're back?
I apologize. I was a little predisposed there for a minute.
Oh, no worries. Duty calls sometimes.
Yeah, I'm back. Connor, is that you, my man?
Is breaking news for us that Tata Martino has been sacked by Mexico.
Oh my God. I mean, you saw that coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
No surprise here.
I have a good friend. She's Mexican through and through. Her family's, her whole family's from Mexico, and she's a big Mexico fan. And she actually sent that tweet to me. I was like, whoa. But, yeah.
I mean, at first, it really looked like that was a good hire. Like, we were crazy for not even talking to him, you know?
Well, how long has he been with Mexico?
Literally a year before Greg was with, almost a year. So, yeah, literally about 4 years.
It kind of feels like USA dodged a bullet because I feel he would pull this petulant act with USA just as bad, if not more so.
I didn't know, it's it really his fault? I mean, or does he just not have the horses and the Mexican media is the Mexican media?
Well, think about the horses he didn't take and his reluctance to play some of his big dogs, even till the big man. I think injury really impacted Raul Jimenez, right? So
yeah, of course. I'm sure he's I mean, I don't pay enough attention to him, but I'm sure he's never been the player he was before the head injury.
Well, I think one of the reasons that turned the Mexican fans away from him is he had that bad falling out with Carlos Vela and Chicharito, two Mexican icons.
Well, wait, didn't Vela have issues with everybody? Hasn't Vela only played 10 games or something ridiculous for them? Hasn't he retired in the past from Mexico?
Looking up Carlos Vela's stats right now for the national team, he's played 72 matches for Mexico.
Oh shit, maybe I'm just a crazy person then.
But he hasn't played for Mexico since 2018.
When was the last time Chicharito played for Mexico.
I'm sure 2018, right? Because didn't they both start?
Chicharito. Let's go and find out when Chicharito's last game is. By the way, I'm gonna run away for a quick minute. I gotta run to the bathroom. He's last played. He's still active. He's still active. So I do not know when his last game was. We'd have to check transfer market. All right, boys. I'll be right back.
So Connor, have you been? Are you drinking the Kool-Aid on Team USA?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just happy we were able to win that last game, to be honest with you. But
yeah, no, it was a fun one to watch, man. It felt good to watch a team play just so well.
Berhalter ball almost bit us in the ass in the second half, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, Berhalter, it sucks, right? Like, you don't want to complain right now because you are happy with the results, but it's not like things can't be better. You know what I mean?
I just saw I was just scrolling through because this is what I do at. Oh, hold on, what time is it? At 11:20 at night. Somebody said Australia will beat Argentina and the United States will make it to the semifinal. What are you smoking?
I mean, of course that's not going to happen, but like...
Yeah. It's like one of those things, I'll take what he's having.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, do you want it that way, or would you rather them just, like, rise to the occasion?
Well, I think we'll beat the Netherlands, because all in all, they're not that great.
Yeah, dude, I have a lot of confidence about this game. I mean, I do feel like it could really go either way. But I see us having a coin flip chance at winning this.
I think we'll win it, and then we'll face Argentina, and then Argentina's just going to open a big old can of whoop ass.
Yeah, we don't match up well. Because, like, if you even remember, like, in Copa America 2016, like, we didn't match up well against them.
Dude, why did we quit being in Copa America?
No, that was a one-year thing, I thought.
Yeah, it was a one-year thing, but that sucks. Like, I'm all for, I am all for turning the Gold Cup into every 4 years and making it matter. Like, I do not want that crap where we're combined with CONMEBOL.
You want to make it matter? You invite Argentina.
No, screw that, dude. We need a rise. Like, look at what MLS has done for the Caribbean, even. Like, we need a rising tide. I want to see a world where Honduras and the U.S. and Canada and Mexico and Guatemala and Haiti are all feared. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see that world
where you are afraid when Jamaica shows up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. I can feel that.
Did you go to any of those games?
I've been to the past World Cup, past Copa Gold Cup games in Chicago. A few of them. I've been to a few different USA matches in addition, but honestly, the one that stands out is not even the USA match. It's the Venezuela Jamaica match.
Oh my God, I went to that match.
Yeah, we talk about that. You and I talked about that before.
Yeah.
And we saw Captain Morgan there. He ran over and shook our hands and said hello to us after the game. And it was just an unforgettable experience the whole day. Like the fans, the game, the end of it, like the beginning, middle, and end was just...
Oh, it was so much fun.
Unreal.
It was so much fun. But then, like, I went back 2 days later because I went to that U.S. Costa Rica game where we blew them out 4-0.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Well, that had to be fun. Any big-time USA win is, and you get to see that in person, is huge. And it's fun there.
I'm thinking about it. I think I've only seen the U.S. play twice. Because I went to that game, and then the first game I ever went to was when we beat Honduras 2-1 in 2009 for the World Cup qualifiers. Nah. Beautiful. Yeah, me and my pops went. Always a good time to get... My pops is always a good time, man.
Ooh. USA getting a win. Always. I haven't been to a USA game though in a while.
No, I'd Copa America, man.
Yeah.
I haven't been to, like, literally I went to that, my neighbor, shout out to my neighbor. She's kind of in this really cool emo band called Better Love. And they got like a call to open for somebody at Subterranean. And I went and saw them. And then I went and saw Slaughter to Prevail like 2 weeks later. And those were the first 2 concerts I'd been to since like Riot Fest of 2016. Because like, honestly, like that was like the first even anything. That was definitely the first 2 like things I did post-COVID. Like, I mean, I've been to the bar and stuff, but like places that let you sit outside. You know what I mean? That was like, those 2 concerts were like the first events I ever went to like post the beginning of lockdown.
Speaking of people you know, Alicia stopped by the chat. Said that the FC Neo Tokyo told her to stop by. It was like right after you got pulled away.
Oh no!
Right after you got sucked into the vortex.
I mean, in the best possible way.
Yes. So I said, I was like, oh, you just missed him. He's indisposed at the moment.
Oh man,
I hope he's
that's
returning
actually
later,
hilarious.
but I appreciate you stopping by. Had a little banter, had a little talk.
Good stuff, man. Oh man, that girl's my sister from another mother.
Oh wow. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh man, did we lose Connor or
he
or
was
what?
ready for bed. He was telling me he was sleepy, but I don't know if he's still here.
I'm still here.
He's hanging in. He's hanging out by a thread.
Somehow still awake.
Yeah, he's on that Eastern time, man. That's got to be a little bit rough.
Dude. Dude, even people in Europe run off like American time. They're like, yeah, we'll just sleep during the day.
Dude, I would function so much better if life was like going to work at like 9 or 10 and get off at 7 instead of like, 8 to 5. I would function so much better.
Especially this time of year, when it gets dark at fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, it's brutal.
Right? That's kind of the worst. It's dark when you go to work and it's dark when you come home.
You know Ohio is getting rid of that next year?
No way. They're
What,
getting rid
daylight
of
saving
daylight
time?
savings time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you and Arizona are just going to be the 2 assholes.
They're not, because there's parts of Indiana.
What?
There's parts of Indiana that actually don't change. It's kind of weird. Like you look at the cutoff and it's somewhere in Indiana, and like it's like parts of it don't change. So parts of them are like the same time of the year, and then like later in the year they're not the same time anymore.
Is it Indiana? Like half the states in Eastern, the other half of the states in Central?
I think that might be also
Tennessee.
A factor.
I think that's Tennessee too.
Well, Michigan's on Eastern time, and
they are.
Yeah, I think all of Indiana is technically, and then apparently they don't. James just informed me that they did weird stuff.
They do weird stuff in Indiana.
Well,
I mean, I guess that's the place for it. I guess I've done weird stuff every time I've went to Indiana.
Indiana Dunes, Indianapolis.
I've been up and down the East Coast from like the Virginias, the Carolinas, to Georgia to
Carolinas are really
Florida.
nice.
I'm moving down there next year in the summertime, so yeah.
Oh, for real! Congratulations, my man.
Thanks.
Dude, it's a comfortable living down there. It's a comfortable space down there. I know I have buddies out in Nashville, particularly, and they say they beg. They're like, you would love it out here. They're like, it's your type of people, your style of life. It's like it's anti-corporate, but like it's like a big hometown. Is what he was down. But it's still a college town too.
Yeah, we're moving to one of the beaches down there from where we're gonna stay. From where we're gonna stay, Charlotte's like an hour and a half.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not
So I
bad.
may or may not catch a few soccer games.
Well, that was going to be the main question, because with the Apple deal, now you could watch the Crew. You could literally watch every game living there.
What are you going to do? Are you going to stay a
are-
Crew fan, or are you going to
Yeah.
matriculate to Charlotte?
These colors don't run. That's what
I love it, dude. We don't have very many like MLS transplants. You don't really ever run it. Like, you run into people, it's like, oh man, I'm a Dolphins fan. Why? Oh, because I moved from Miami. Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
like,
that makes
you
sense.
don't really ever run into like somebody and you're like, oh, you're a Colorado fan? Yeah, the Rapids. Yeah, no, like, no, you don't see that much.
Like the thing that about me is, so like, I'm from Ohio and I am a huge Kansas basketball fan, having no connection to the state of Kansas whatsoever.
I felt that way about Duke growing up.
When having no connection to the state of North Carolina.
No connection to Duke whatsoever, except I was like, I like Mike Krzyzewski and Duke as a high schooler. It's like, they play good basketball.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, man. I, for a long time, was a huge college basketball head. I loved watching all that stuff, but
Who's
definitely.
your team?
Oh, my team was always Illinois, bro. Come
Illinois
on
was
now.
my second team. It was like my first team, but like only in 05 when they competed. That year was so great because we were.
What do you mean? Illinois competes now.
Yeah, Illinois is good right now. You're right.
Illinois is good right. Actually, they've always been on and off good, but that 05
for sure.
season with D Brown was.
Oh my God, that dude,
Darren Williams, something special.
Oh my God, James Augustine, Roger Powell, Darren Williams, D Brown, Luther Head. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog.
That
Dude.
team was something. I had an Illinois hat from that year.
Dude, you gotta be.
Our coach. We won the basketball championship that year. Our coach for intramural for high school, like the high school wasn't it's a rec league high school, but I'm playing with former varsity players. We had one of the varsity players on our team, and we ended up winning the championship. And man, and it was the same year as that. Oh, and man, it was so fun. We had the Illinois hats, and we were loving it. Go and watching the games. It was fantastic.
So as an individual who wins a bunch of dubs on Fortnite, you'll never understand this, but I am terrible at video games. Awful. Just dreadful, right? Despite my extreme love for them. But I think the only game in human history that I would literally say I could beat anybody is NCAA March Madness from like 03 to 07. Doesn't matter. I'll pick Illinois every time, and I got you.
I'll take you in 2K8 college hoops with the Western Illinois Leatherbacks.
Oh God, I had a nightmare job at Western. I don't even want to hear, like, oh my God.
That was the best basketball game though, man. College hoops 2K8.
I never played the college hoops game. I grew up on NCAA basketball 10.
Nope.
That's the game I grew up on.
Makes sense. I think that's an okay game.
My stupid ass, when I was younger, gave it away. Same with NCAA 14.
Oof. Oof.
They're like legends now. 14 was a great that was better than Madden.
Yeah.
So Connor, hold on. You are a sports fan, right? Through and through. Like you so we know the crew is not going anywhere. Are you going to be like what's your American throwball team?
Baseball.
No, I bet football. But who's your football team? Because doesn't Ohio have like 2 or 3 of them?
Ohio State. Ohio State.
I used to be a big Green Bay Packers fan. Then since the COVID season, I kind of quit watching.
It's hard to be a Cleveland Browns fan. I mean, let's be real.
That's fair. All right, see, so that's why I was curious. Like, are you bringing any more of your sports fandom with you, or is it just the crew, and then you're gonna assimilate to whatever's in the Carolinas?
So my 3 favorite teams growing up were Kansas, the Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati. Okay, I was wondering, Cincinnati or Cleveland. And what was your third team?
So my 3 favorite teams growing up were the Green Bay Packers, all right, the Cincinnati Reds, and the Kansas Jayhawks. So the Crew.
Good spread.
So my 3 favorite teams right now, like you know, you're not changing my mind, no matter what. Crew, Reds, and Kansas. You're not changing my mind, no matter what. Green Bay, I really fell out of touch with the NFL.
I feel you on that.
I don't pay attention to it.
Oh, I've never been more locked in to NFL like than in my life than I am right now. I'll tell you, like 5 years ago, James was like, NFL, that's like that's last on my list of sports. Give me NBA, give me MLB, give me NHL, give me MLS, give me all those before NFL. Ha ha ha. Even though I was loving fantasy football at the time, winning. And then I just started loving NFL more, and it's grown to be the number one for me.
The one year I really watched the NBA was 2016 when the Cavs won it all.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's a good year to watch.
I remember that 7-game series. That was oof.
There's their treasures. I remember the Blackhawks the three cup runs. 10,
3
13,
cups
15.
in 6 years.
Yeah. Those were all special. I got to watch those with my parents, and they were always all 3 of those were special. The White Sox winning in 05 was real special, and I've seen all the Bulls championships, and that was just amazing.
Oh, the Bulls! That Livingstone
You guys are showing
was
your
amazing.
You know that,
we
right?
got Michael Jordan. We got the best of the fucking best.
Did you guys hear me?
Yeah.
No,
we
what's
heard
up?
you. Yeah, we do. We are showing our age a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the 85 Bears though.
Oh God! You know what? You want to know age? You want to hear this shit? I grew up watching on my parents' Betamax a recorded copy of the Bears '85 Super Bowl.
I've seen the recording of the Bears Super Bowl on something like that. I don't know what it was.
God, I really thought we had it when Devin Hester ran that kickback to open up that Super Bowl.
Oh, that one versus that was
Indianapolis.
Yeah. Bo-Rat had just come out. I remember because we watched Bo-Rat right after, and it was just it was such what a funny movie and what a funny Super Bowl. I mean, like it was amazing though. It still, we enjoyed it, even though we were let down. It was still like that opening made us think we all had a chance, and then reality of Rex Grossman crept in.
I will not stand for Rex. Sexy Rexy will not be slandered around me, bro.
Who blew that game?
He didn't blow that game. He threw one. Well, I mean, I think he threw 2 interceptions, but that was back when. I mean, I would not necessarily say.
Guys,
that.
who's your favorite quarterbacks? Your favorite quarterback, your number 1.
I don't know.
Justin Fields.
Ooh, I love Justin, dude.
You gotta tell. I gotta tell you, dude. I'm old enough that the only exposure to the NFL I've had has been being a Bears fan, and as soon as my soft brain could remember things, I've had to sit through fucking Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers. So come on, man.
Brutal. Connor has not been subjected to nearly as much Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers as we have. We know all too well the pain of those two. Who's the pain inducer for Connor as far as NFL quarterbacks?
I don't remember, honestly.
You don't remember who's induced the pain?
Well,
no.
He used to root for Green Bay, man.
He used to root for Green Bay, so he had those guys.
Oh God, brutality. All right, Connor, hold on. I gotta ask a really crazy question here. Are the Crew going to be any good this year?
I don't know.
Who's better, Crew or the Fire this coming season?
Ooh.
Well, if we get Wilfred Nancy as our head coach, I think, they're expanding the playoffs, so I think we should challenge for the 8th spot in the East. We should.
I mean, don't you guys have two? You guys have 2 DPs that are worth a. You might be able to sell for more money. Do you perceive that they might be leaving next season?
No, they're a little bit older though, right? Like
no, they're one
Zelarian's
DP
30, right?
so young.
No, I don't know.
I think Cucho's locked in for another 2 years. I think
but somebody's gonna come buying him, Cucho.
I don't know. Zelrayon's pushing 30. He'll probably.
Oh, he's an MLS player then.
He'll ride it out.
But I don't see the Cucho staying here. I see him being ambitious. I see him wanting to get out and force a sale because of his play, not because of his behavior, and get sold back to Europe. I think that's his plan. He's not. Look what happened to the Atlanta striker. What's his face?
Joseph?
Joseph. He did not come to Atlanta to stay Atlanta. Yes, he said some things that were nice. He came to Atlanta to get sold to Europe.
I actually thought he wanted to ride it out at Atlanta, man. I feel like he had his time in Europe.
Isn't that what's
maybe
his
you're
name
right?
did?
Say it again,
like,
Connor?
I'm trying to think. Isn't that what what's his name did? He came to MLS young, and then he balled out, and then he got sold to a European team.
Oh yeah, Almiron.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, but they tried to do that again with Barco, but you can't like replicate that all the time, and that's what sucks about the salary cap is you could buy 10 Barcos, and then when 3 of them work out, you look like geniuses, and then you just cut the rest. But now
the MLS
you have to like.
The thing about the salary cap is MLS needs to find their nads and get rid of salary cap. It's holding the league back a lot.
Do we have to wait for some old owners to die though, or will they ever change their mind?
A lot has to change on the MLS spending front.
Well, there's Sergio Busquets. It's confirmed that he's going to Miami.
Nuh-uh. When did you hear this?
Just type in Sergio Busquets to Miami on BR Football's Twitter page.
Way.
You should find it. You should find it.
I'm just typing in Sergio Busquets.
Yeah, I'm doing the same damn thing. All right, Sergio Biscuits.
Sergio Biscuits talks up a possible Leo Messi reunion in MLS 13 hours ago. Open play for David Beckham's team.
I know you can no longer. I don't think Messi's coming anytime soon. He's still playing too well for PSG, to be honest.
Like he still has at least one more season to try and get Champions League.
I know you can't trust Twitter anymore, but I saw a tweet today. I don't know how for real this was, because again, you can't trust nothing no more. But it says something crazy like Ronaldo is going to sign for a Saudi club for like 200 mil a year.
Yes, I've mentioned that 200 million a year.
I mean, you can't say no to that. Like
oil
honestly,
money.
Ronaldo did say no to that.
Oh well, then
he did say no to that. He said no to this before. He talked about it in the Piers Morgan interview, and Piers Morgan confirmed it. Piers Morgan basically said, like, I've seen the offer and it's ludicrous but true.
Yeah, that's so wild, man. Like it's such a weird thing, isn't it? I would love to see a different region like the Middle East come up like how we are in soccer, right? Get a little bit more status, a little bit more stable, like have that. Because I do think like pretty soon you'll notice that other than the top 5 leagues, and then 6 counting the championship, because that's kind of the easiest way up to the Premier League, you're going to see all the other kind of leagues out of that top 5 kind of fall off a little bit in comparison to things like MLS and hopefully a Liga MX and hopefully like somewhere else. Like
I don't know about that. I Champions League, just the draw of Champions League is just too much.
It is, but I mean, what, like I said, like what I want to see out of the Gold Cup is the same shit I want to see out of the CCL. I want that to matter more, man. Yes. I love seeing, oh God, what were they called? All I can think of is Sheriff, and it's not them. Who's Joe Public? You know, I loved seeing Joe Public and shit from Jamaica and like all these other teams and the millionaire, or God, who's the team from Costa Rica that's always in it? You know what I mean? Like, I love seeing that. It's just, I don't know, man. I would like to see some of these other regions get better, but then it's like I don't know. Everything's so complicated, isn't it? You know, like Connor said it, the oil money, and it's like you kind of feel shitty about Saudi Arabia. Like, yeah, I want to see them win, really, but it's like, but I do want to see more diverse places and people in the game. So it's just, but then again, glass house and shit, because like over Thanksgiving, I'm talking to a family member, and he's like, "Oh man, I can't believe they gave Qatar the World Cup. Isn't there a lot of messed up things going on?" And their stance on LGBTQ and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but you got to look at the next place holding the World Cup just stripped a bunch of rights away from women. And he was like, where's that? And I was like, America.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
like,
yeah,
it's just complicated because there's
Here's Morgan
shit
pointed
everywhere.
that out too. You know, the thing I pointed out, I talked about with you guys last time. I mean, he said, 1 in 4 nations at this World Cup has laws against homosexuality, and then the next station has laws against, has just made laws restricting women's freedom. And yeah, it's just wild when we really, it's hard for us to like love these cultural bombs because we're all different. But at the same time, there are certain things that we're all of the rest of us are like gay rights, and we all look at each other like, come on.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, it's so complicated because I mean,
right.
I think I said this before, but it's just like if you look at what we consider representation of people, we'll look at Iran and say, oh, look at their president, the Holocaust denier and the X and the Y, and this guy's an asshole, the Iranian, blah blah blah. So then we start talking shit about Iranian people when it's like, well, I don't care if you take the good or the bad example. If you take Obama or Trump, neither one of them represented me as an individual. So like, why is it so far-fetched to feel like these people in these other places aren't like that as well? That these people do not really represent them, So it's just like, it is hard, man. It's just, I don't know what the answer is. Like the guy Infantino is an idiot, and I think I think he has dumb ideas, but he almost opened the door for North Korea to get the tournament because his idea is that you just give it to places to try and open them up more. It's like
Gary Neville said it. I liked what Gary Neville had to say about it. He says like I appreciated what he had to say because he's like he's had business dealings with Qatar, with the Middle East for almost 2 decades now. It's become a part of football. That was the one thing. However, despite that growing relationship, he's not been afraid to talk about the things that he sees that need changing, and he's not afraid to have those. I liked his perspective that he was saying he was willing to have these conversations, despite willing to break bread with these people, and do business with these people. He brought up these points that where else could we had to start somewhere. We imagine, and right, it could have been anywhere in the Middle East. It's had to be somewhere. And no matter where it was going to be rife with these types of problems. We were going to be talking about these types of things. But the fact that they are able to continue the tournament and have these types of conversations, despite the issues, I mean, there are problems there, admittedly, but this has, as he's brought up, it's shown them over there a new light. Like everybody over there is also witnessing change and a new thing inside of their face for the first time, and they're having to deal with the stuff that we all think is normal and they don't think is normal, and they're all dealing with it and processing it, and it's been a weird exchange. And he said it's been that way since day one with the dealing with the Middle East for him. And despite that, he doesn't want to shy away from the human rights issues, from the abuses, from the stuff that needs to be talked about and that he does think needs to be improved. But so he does feel more comfortable in going there and doing business with these guys. He's like, that's part of the process of all of this in his head, and that's why he's not afraid to have those types of conversations. I appreciated his perspective relaying that.
Yeah, I didn't see that. That's pretty interesting. Like it's like you said, it's a conversation. It's just
complex.
What sucks is there's a lot of things. It is complex. I think. I mean, whatever. I don't want to break it down too simply, but I just think religion is the problem, man. Like everybody's got some imaginary friend that's got a problem with what other people are doing. And honestly, I've always had the the stance of as long as whatever you are doing is not affecting another human being, then what the hell? Who cares?
And, now think about this right now. In Qatar, they're doing this tournament, and there are people praying to multiple gods, and in this Middle Eastern nation, they had to be okay with it in a way that they probably have never had to be okay with it ever before, because pretty much everybody over there is Islamic for the most part of some type, right? There's various types, and these all of a sudden they got Christians, Jewish people, Hindus, all sorts of different types, Zoroastrians, I don't know, just all sorts of different types, Rastafarians that are coming in, and they're sharing ground, and they're learning new things about themselves, these Qatari people, I'm sure as well. So hopefully it's as that they're able to instill change, inspire change, inspire progress, because that's what it was kind of, that's what he was kind of alluding to, at least, was that, like, yeah, we shouldn't worry about them changing us with what we perceive as their negative baggage. They have positive things to bring to the table, and eventually we also think that they will see what positive things we bring to the table, and maybe they're able to shed that negative baggage that we see from after this at some point, or at least deal with it better, and deal with the Western world better.
I mean, I hope so. I really, right? I hope for evolution. It does get sticky when certain things are, like so like religion wrong. You know what I mean? Well, that too, but just religions, when it's just like
oil money, these things, when those things creep in, it does.
Yeah, it makes things a lot. Yeah, it muddies up everything. It's just so hard to just. You just want people to just be able to live, and I don't care.
We're American. We like freedom. We're like, hey, if we're down there spreading freedom, like this whole week with Iran, where USA bungled the way they put the flag out for Iran. They bungled it. They did things that they shouldn't have done. And then eventually there was also crazy questions and conversations asked. So that was interesting between Tyler Adams and the coach and these journalists. So there was a whole thing at play. And at the same time, the game itself, I felt these players truly respect each other. I thought we were going to see yellow card, red card fest. There was going to be that type of battle. It was not that type of battle. It was a true soccer tactical battle, and Iran brought the noise. They almost scored.
Well, fellas, with that being said, I'm having trouble staying awake, and it's 10 till midnight, so I'm gonna bounce. All right, brother.
Good luck. We will see you later.
Right, Connor. It was good to talk to you, my man. And I'm gonna log off as well. I'm gonna take that opportunity to get out of here as well.
All right, brothers. Any final thoughts?
I got nothing. I'm having trouble keeping my eyes open.
We'll get some sleep, kid.
All right.
But James, I love this. I love that we can have a very strong conversation about this, because I think it's very possible to enjoy an hour and a half of a soccer game and then take the other 22 and a half hours and care about the things that really matter. So
I think so too. I think it's possible.
It's a beautiful thing, man, talking through everything. So you have a good night. You take care of yourself.
Absolutely,
I love you,
Toke. You have a fantastic night. Thank you for stopping by twice. And say thank you to your sister from another mother for stopping by. Appreciate that. That was fun. All right, everybody. Guys, spitting fire. What crazy fun conversations we have here. Angus, chat, everybody stopping by. Axe, Connor, creeping up in the chat, saying, hey, what's up? Let's go. And then let's go. Everybody lurking. All you guys just hanging out. Really appreciate you guys hanging out, watching a little spitting fire, talking a little soccer, enjoying this World Cup, processing this thing we call life. Having a blast while we do it. All right, everybody. Cheers. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Have a wonderful World Cup. I don't know if we'll be live for the World Cup. I don't think so. I don't anticipate, but we will be watching and enjoying. Very excited. Cannot wait. Of course, let's just double check. And double check when they play and announce Saturday. Don't worry, you'll be off work typically. Saturday, 9 a.m. Set your alarm clocks now. Saturday, 9 a.m. Netherlands takes on USA, the round of 16. I cannot wait. Who do you guys think is going to be the striker for USA? Well, is it going to be Josh Sargent back in? Is GERARDO going to make an appearance? I don't know. And you're saying that Allen Fieldhouse is really loud out in Kansas, right? I remember, Angus, you saying that you were, used to live out there. Never went to college there, but damn, that Allen Fieldhouse is loud. Angus saying that if Saudi gets the 2030 World Cup, I just don't see much change there. Change is very slow, except for token issues and for image purposes. Change can be slow, change can be fast, but change is gradual, typically, right? It's more gradual. And maybe you need a little bit more time to pass by. Maybe it's time to go back to Europe. Maybe go to Poland. Maybe go to Turkey. Maybe go to Italy. Maybe Greece. Maybe Portugal, Spain. That'd be fun. Any one of those nations. Ukraine. He's probably not going there, right? Probably not having a World Cup there for a while. And that makes me realize that maybe we ain't having a World Cup in Europe for a little bit too. People are playing soccer though. Oh. World's a crazy place right now. Yeah, we're playing a World Cup. Kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Yeah. Been real. Been fantastic. A crazy, amazing conversation. I always have a little script written up, a little plan. The general plan is. I love what we do here. All right, everybody. Have a great, wonderful rest of the week. I'll catch you on the next one. Kick that like button. Thanks for hanging out for Spinning Fire. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. Catch you guys next week. Live on Wednesday, as per usual, live every Wednesday. Hit that bell icon if you're not used to it. That way you get notified of our live shows. Whether or not it is live Wednesdays, we do additional shows every once in a while too, if it's allowed. I mean, this Saturday, maybe a little surprise Spin Fire stream. I don't know. I don't know if I have the ability yet or not to. We'll see. USMNT national team taking on the Dutch, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Very excited. All right, guys, check it out. We'll see you guys later. And of course, you could watch it, check it out on Sons of Pitch Soccer Central. That's where I've been watching a lot of the World Cup. Make sure you guys are subscribed to them. Great friend of the show. Appreciate Toke stopping by. Great friend of the show. Check out his channel. Listen to the friends of the show channels as well. Same thing with Connor. Appreciate them stopping by. And DPG. Always a blast, everybody. I'll catch you guys next time. Angus saying, have a great one. Angus, always appreciate you, man, stopping by. Thank you, man. Let's freaking go. Let's go, Angus. Chat, I love it. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go. Love sharing the ride. Love sharing the joy with you guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Balls, let's go. We're in the World Cup. We're still here. We're still here. Round of 16. Bring it, Dutch. Pass the Dutch to your left. Ha ha. Pass the Dutch to your left. Ha ha. Pass the Dutch to your left. Where is it?
Pass the Dutchie on the left hand side.
Ah, let's go. All right, everybody. Have a great one. Let's go, USA. 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 Let's do it, everybody. We could stun the world. Could you imagine beating the Dutch possible. I think there's a 1 in 4 chance they could pull it off. Beat the Dutch. Go on, take a stumbling Argentina. Beat Argentina. And all of a sudden, we're in new territory. People are looking at US like, what? Just gonna toss down the best emote on YouTube. Greatly appreciate you guys supporting us in Spirit and Fire. This is a long ass outro, but I always have a blast talking to you guys. All right, guys, have a great one. Go USA. Good luck to everybody. Gonna have a great week. Set the tone. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. We're almost there. Saturday, 9 a.m. World Cup en route. Holiday season is upon us. Get your holiday shopping done ASAP. It's of course going to be December before you know it. I think on Thursday. So, wha-bap-bap-bap-ba-da-bam-boom, tutti frutti, oh Rudy, get it done and have a blast. Angus driving the best crest in the world. I know we've also said it needs work. It's right now the best crest in the world. Let's go. And the World Cup icon, I love it, Angus. Should I add a Dutch icon for the next game? Oh, if I stream it, should I stream live on Saturday? I don't know. I guess don't. I'm 50-50 if I'm able to stream on Saturday, and of course I'll put out the alert up here. It'll send it out. But maybe I'll have to just hop on for the second half and just live react. That's what I think. It might not catch. I might not be able to start off. I have just errands and stuff I gotta run. But boom. But, I'll be live. But beyond that, Saturday 9 a.m. I think I gotta be on here. It's gonna be a blast. I'm so excited. We're getting jazzed up. We're in the World Cup. I can't believe it. We're not supposed to be here. Wales is supposed to be here. It's supposed to be England and Wales going through. Instead, it's USA and England. Iran actually had put up a surprise tournament too. I think that very respectable tournament. Wales going to be asking a lot of questions. They're going to be looking in the mirror like, what happened? How did USA basically beat us? How did Iran beat us? And what were we doing? Chat, Angus, everybody, really appreciate you guys hanging out, watching a little Spit of Fire. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Sorry for the longest outro. Just love talking with you guys. Catch you guys later. Have a great one. See you guys later, and have a good night and a great week. Let's go and dominate! USA! 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 Bye.